Guys, like the vid, guys, like the V, like the V, like the V, like the V, subscribe, smash the like button, guys. Like the vid, guys, like that vid, guys. Smash that like button, guys. Guys, it is a UCO match. It is a UC. We're gonna talk. We didn't do the match yesterday just because I wasn't feeling too good yesterday. So I just wanted to take a chill out for yesterday. But today, that was a beautiful match. We're gonna have a discussion about Paris Saint Germain. And I wasn't impressed with AC Milan in Dortmund, but we're gonna talk about PSG because every season we talk about them a lot. Mbappe this, Mbappe that, Mbappe this, Paris Saint Germain this, Paris Saint Germain. Despite all the money they spend, it's still the same Paris Saint Germain. We have to give credit to Newcastle. Eddie Howe. We're gonna talk about the Eddie Howe too. We're also gonna talk about the 2030 World Cup that has already been prepared. There's gonna be a three hosts: Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. Three nations is gonna host the 2030 World Cup for the 2030 World Cup after the American one in 2026. The next one, the 2030 World Cup is gonna be the 100 years the World Cup has existed in world. So the 2030 was gonna be hosted by three nations: the Morocco, the Spain, and the Portugal. We're gonna discuss about it and a little bit talk, just round it up with this audio stuff. Should the semi-automated offside will be invented back to the Premier League? Because I listened to the audio stuff. The audio stuff it look weird. Man. We have to have that discussion about the semi-automated offside rules. It was used very well today. We could say it was very and it was okay today. No controversy. That's how it should be used, man. That is how and it need to be interpreted very well. Like the vid, smash the like button. Like the vid, smash the like button. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, my people on that dinner, like the V, subscribe, smash the like button, get that freaking likes up, get that freaking like up. Firstly, I wanted to talk about Mbappe all together with Paris Saint Germain because this is not the first time this happened to PSG. We see this season after season after season after season. It's not the first time it's happening, and it won't be the last. So I'm not surprised with PSG, but I was very, very surprised with the intensity Newcastle came with. They swept off Mbappe out of the team, Ugarte out of the team. Even Dembele was out of the team. I'm like, wow, Marquinhos making dumbass mistake. What a performance from Newcastle. That was a performance. That was a Champions League performance. And when people say EPL is not the best league in the world, man, you gotta double think again. This is the best league in the world. We have the best everything in the world. And when you want to play the EPL, you have to be physical. It's called about physicality. This league, if you're not physical enough in this league, you're going nowhere. You're going nowhere. Wow, Newcastle. I am surprised what I saw, but wow, what a performance! Tom, give me your take on Paris Saint Germain, Mbappe, Luis Enrique, and PSG. The same circle over and over again, season after season.
Mbappe needs to leave PSG. He needs to leave PSG for himself, and I think PSG need to let go of him. for free, sell him in January for a cut price. That it doesn't matter. They need to split. It's clearly not working. It didn't work with Messi at the club. It didn't work with Neymar at the club. It's clearly not working now. Those two have gone. So why don't you just get rid of all three of them and just start from scratch? Start from scratch. Build a young, youthful, exciting team. They've got a good coach in Enrique. I will say that in even in hindsight of the result tonight. But I think for Mbappe, mate, he couldn't do anything tonight. I mean, Kieran Trippier had him on fucking strings. He switched over to the other side. He couldn't even get past Dan Burr. I didn't really see a lot tonight from him. I'll be real. I think at the end of the day, with what output he brings in games, he didn't really have any output tonight. There was nothing. Even the directness, like, it was almost as if he couldn't. I don't sound bad. He couldn't be bothered. I don't know. Like, there's different ways that you can categorize players, but I just don't believe that him staying at PSG is a good thing for them as a club or a good thing for him for his career. I personally think he will go to Madrid, whether it's for free or buy him for, say, 60, 70 million in January on a cut deal or something like that. Like they just need to cut ways, and I think he will end up going to Madrid personally. But that's what I will say on Mbappe anyway. I think he was absolutely shocking tonight. One of the worst players on the field. Luis Enrique, well, look, he's been in the job hardly, 5 minutes. So I will give him the opportunity in that regard. He does have quite a young team. I will admit in saying that. I like the kid Emery in midfield. I like the kid. I think he's a good player, good kid, but he needs a bit of time. And like you say, you've got good output players. Dembele, we know, is a good player in his day. Twist and turn people, and he should have scored the chance that he had. Should have buried that bottom corner, and maybe the outcome would have been a different game. But the attacking third for PSG tonight was toothless. It really was toothless. There wasn't really much output. They didn't look fluid like a proper front three, and I don't know. They just look like they lacked a bit of creativity from midfield. If I'm honest, like Newcastle tonight, they had three players really that I thought were creative sparks. You had it from Bruno Guimaraes, you had it with Tonali, and you had Trippier, who was really inverting and providing the width, who was almost that third creative player. They had three really creative midfield type players who could all convert the ball and create chances for them. Whereas PSG, I think they just lacked even having one of those players, really. But I think with Enrique, they have a good coach, and he needs the time. But so long as this situation's still clouting over with Mbappe, he's always going to be asked the question: what's happening with Mbappe? Is he leaving? Is he staying? Is he going to sign a new deal? Are you going to sell him in January? Is he going for free? And I just don't think Enrique needs that sort of a headache, if I'm honest with you. Look, he's dealt with the big players when he won a Champions League. Messi, Neymar, Suarez. He dealt with the big players, and he won something big with those players. But time goes on, really. And like I said to you, off stream, I'd like there's players who need the team to play to their needs, and that's what Kylian Mbappe needs. He needs a team that's going to play for him and towards him. That's what he needs. Whereas PSG, they're trying to move away from the player power sort of team. They want to build a team. They want to build a team that is based upon how the manager wants to play. And Kylian Mbappe won't suit that. He's not going to suit that. He's that superstar player. And that superstar player belongs in one of two clubs in my mind. And that's Barcelona or Real Madrid. That's where those sort of players belong for me. So I like Enrique. I think he's a good coach. They need to give him some time. Let him try and resurrect what he can from this. And if I'm honest with you, I think he should really get maybe a clear pass one season. Let him get his foot in the door. And then after that season, when at the end of the season, we'll know what's happening with Mbappe, whether he's signed a new deal, whether he's, sold in January for a price or he goes for free. We'll know by then what's going to happen. And then, I mean, What was the final thing you asked? Like Newcastle, was it?
Because yeah, finally got but
Yeah.
when I watched this match, Mbappe looked uninterested for me though. He looked very uninterested. I think
Yeah.
his brain is some way because when I watch him, I'm like, I don't see the sprint on Mbappe. I don't see because sometimes when you see Mbappe plays, you see the sprint in him, you see the quickness, you see the 1-2, you see the finesse. I'm like, Mbappe just looks somehow. It looked very weird tonight. I'm like,
Yeah.
is it the crowd? Is it the ovation? Because he's been in this situation before. World Cup final, Champions League quarter final, semis, group stage. Is it because of the crowd? Because it looked very weird today. It looked very, very weird today.
Mm-hmm. Well, like we always say, there's that phrase, isn't there? Can they do it on a wet, rainy night in Stoke? And clearly he can. And this is like I was saying to you off air, superstar players. I admire them when they come to the Premier League because it's the test, and it's not the test of the, you're a superstar player because we know the ability is there. We know he is one of the best players in the world on his day. He can make players look like pinballs, and he's the bowling ball that just runs past all of them at 100 miles an hour and smashes it into the top corner. We know he has the quality. We saw that in the World Cup final against Argentina. He absolutely carried that France team in that final. He resurrected them, and really they were very unlucky not to go on and win the World Cup, and he would have been the reason why they did that. But with him on his own right now with this PSG squad, like, it's just not working. He was exiled from the squad. Nasser Al Khelaifi and him was at absolute war with each other over the comments that he made. And at the end of the day, he's always flirted with Madrid. He's always flirted with them. And I don't necessarily take this persona with Mbappe because he will never come to the Premier League. This myth that he will go to a Chelsea, he will go to a Manchester United, he will go to a City if one of their superstars leave. It's never going to happen. He's not that kind of player. He's not the kind of player. He's the player who suits being in a white Real Madrid shirt or being in a claret blue and red of Barcelona. He suits the Spanish way of football, the superstar Galactico sort of signing. That's what he is. He will never come to the Premier League, where I admire when you have superstar players that can do it week in, week out in the Premier League. The Haalands of this world. I'll even say players like Bernardo Silva, I think are absolutely quality, even though they're not natural wingers.
Yeah.
Quality players. Mo Salah, Luis Diaz, these players. Direct. Quality. But they don't have the appeal and they don't have the superstar name of Kylian Mbappe. That's the difference. They weren't a superstar that was born to be a superstar from the age of 6. They didn't have that tag over them. They've developed to be superstars. That's the difference with these players. But overall, I just think like the uninterested argument I can understand and I can get my head around. But listen, you're on a big contract. You've still got a season to run out. Like, you got to show something, Kylian. I'm sorry, he has to. There has to be something. He needs to show some sort of commitment, at least for the end of the season. Because if he's just going to pull out stinkers like that, I wouldn't even play him. And I know that might seem a little bit ludicrous for some people when you've got one of the world's best players, but I just don't think he wants to be there. Yep. I really don't think he wants to be there, Abdoulaye. And if he had his way, I don't think he would right now. If the decision was up to him, he would be in that Real Madrid shirt right now.
I agree.
He would be.
He looked very uninterested, man. He looked very
That's
uninterested.
not the player that you want at a big European football club like Paris Saint-Germain. It's not. What they've done, I love what they've done with the recruitment. Brought in young, hungry players. The kid, I've just praised him for Jesus Christ in Emery. I like the kid. Brilliant young player. Xavi Simons, obviously, another young player that can come into the fold there. They've got a good youth set up there, PSG. And they're trying to... I can see the bones of what they're trying to build. They're coming away from the superstar Galacticos and trying to build a youth-infused team that can be together for, say, 5-6 years and maybe one day get over the line and win a Champions League together. Because that's the way football's going. It's going away from one superstar's going to win you everything. Because we've seen that. It can't always happen with superstar players. It won't always win you everything. Unless that superstar player will also give his all for the team. And that's the difference why I say that Haaland and Mbappe Right now, I don't see I see Haaland's clear for me, because not only does he put the output in that contributes to City winning games, but he's a big advocate for the way that they play. He'll
Yeah.
press from the front if he has to. He'll be the target man. He'll hold the ball up. He'll try. He's not the best link-up player in the world, but he'll give it a go. He'll actually do what the team requires him to do. Whereas Mbappe, I don't see that. You tell Mbappe to hold the ball up, he won't do it. You tell Mbappe to run 50, 60 yards back after Kieran Trippier on the wing, he's not going to do it. We saw that tonight. He didn't do it. And
It was completely taken out of
the
the game.
overload, and to be, I felt sorry for Lucas Hernandez at times tonight. I really felt sorry for him because he's got Kieran Trippier, he's got Miguel Almiron, two quick, tricky little players who have built a good partnership, we must admit, from last season into this season, and got that understanding with one another. And he's just getting overloaded. And he doesn't have that support and help because Mbappe's not going to give him that. That's the problem. Yeah. And it's a bad influence to have when you're trying to build young players
and I think the problem
to be a superstar.
Now, this is where the problem is. Because someone that needs to coach Mbappe for me is someone like Zinedine Zidane.
Yes. Well, there's two coaches in world football that I think he would be decent with because they don't rely. Yeah, I was just going to say Ancelotti. They don't rely on the tactics so much. It's about the players. How can I get the best out of the group that I've got?
Yeah.
And really, they just build a team that can play brilliantly together and that suit and accommodate each other.
Yeah.
It's not about being the best tactician in the world because, look, we've seen Tuchel take the piss out of Zinedine Zidane at Real Madrid when it was Chelsea versus Real Madrid. He got outclassed, he got out-tacticked.
Yeah.
But he built a team that has that development together.
Yeah.
Whereas I look at Mbappe, he needs that strong leadership coach. He needs a coach that, look, he's going to look at the touchline and it's not going to be about tactics, it's going to be about Kylian, pull your finger out your ass and do something for the team.
Yep.
He needs a man motivator coach. He doesn't need a tactician.
I agree.
And Enrique is a tactician. He has set tactics, trigger point presses, recovery of the ball. He has a style of play. Ancelotti isn't necessarily a style of play manager. He's just a world-renowned man manager who has an understanding of the tactical knowledge and game of football. And he can adapt to play against any team. That's what I call a top manager. Zinedine Zidane's very similar. However, I think Ancelotti's got a lot better tactical understanding of the game. Whereas Zinedine Zidane as a man manager, I think, top manager in terms of man management. But with Mbappe, if he goes to Real Madrid, then I think we will see a better player there. You will see a smile on at least on his face. And I think, do you know what? If Ancelotti told him to burst 30 yards back and actually get into a defensive shape, even if it meant that they still leak goals, I think he'd do it. Because he's in an environment where he wants to be. That's the difference.
The problem is, I think Madrid is, Ancelotti is going to join the Brazil national team. And I think when he does that, and I think they're going to get a new coach, the problem now is who the new coach is going to be. And even if they buy Mbappe, will Mbappe be able to work with the person and work? Because every coach has a different.
They can't bring in a tactician if they're going to bring in Mbappe. They can't.
I'm hearing they want to bring in Raul. I say Raul. Xabi Alonso in Leverkusen.
He's a tactical coach, though. That's the problem. Xabi Alonso's done very well tactically in the Bundesliga. Yeah. That's the problem. And I think Alonso, I don't think it's the right time to go to Real Madrid. I'd love him to go to like when the Spurs job was open. I think that would have been a good opportunity for him. Test yourself in a competitive league against the best managers in the world. Test yourself. Or
you think he's too young enough to go to Madrid?
Well, with Alonso, I think he's a good coach, and I think he will get that opportunity to go to somewhere like Madrid at some point. So I don't necessarily think he needs to rush it. That's what I said before about Nagelsmann. He can go to the German national team and be the coach there for a couple of seasons, and he's still going to have all the top European clubs looking at him. Because that's why I said when you guys were looking at getting him, I said, he doesn't look at the Chelsea job and think, I can take this now, because that Chelsea job will come available again at some point. in the next 10 years, and he will have another interview for that job. So he doesn't necessarily need to go now. He can just wait. And at the end of the day, I like Xabi Alonso as a coach, but going into that environment where really you're going to have two superstar players in Vinny and Mbappe, I just don't think it's the right time for him.
And
Me personally,
now they have Bellingham. So
that's why for me, if I was Real Madrid, well, they're not going to bring Zidane back for a third time.
Nope.
But for me, I'd try and keep hold of Ancelotti for as long as I can, especially if you're going to bring Mbappe in.
But Ancelotti has agreed to join Brazil in 2024.
Yeah, but he's not signed anything. He's just for it. You can say it for like it's a verbal agreement.
Yeah, verbal agreement. Yeah.
He's not. If he's not signed anything, then he's not going anywhere. That's what I would say regarding that. But I don't know with with the overall performance with PSG, because I think it got a little bit better in the second half, but defensively, like we need to talk about PSG defensively.
Yeah,
they spent the money that they did on the whole attack line, but they didn't. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did they bring in one defender? I don't even think they brought in a defender, did they?
Because I'm kind of suspecting. I'm suspecting Milan Skriniar because people talk about him a lot. How good is he? For me, I think he's overrated for me.
I know. No,
because in the back three, Skriniar is very good. He's a leader when it comes to back three.
Yeah, in Italy, he was good. Yeah.
But in the back four, he looked very, very suspect in the back four. I'm like, is he a back four player or a back three player?
Well, this is what we've said about Italian centre-backs when they leave Italy. They take a lot of time to adapt to another league because they're used to playing the back three system. And unless you're going to go to that European team and that's what they play, that's why if he would have gone to Spurs like he was always linked to have gone when Conte was there, for example, like I could understand why he would make that choice because Conte would play with the back three and he would be the main defender in that back three. But at PSG, you're having Skriniar and Marquinhos next to each other. Like that doesn't scream partnership to me. When you have Kimpembe and when you had Marquinhos next to each other, there's a partnership there. I can see that. But Skriniar, either you're going to replace Marquinhos, which is the captain, so I don't think that's going to happen, or you've just bad Bortley with the centre half that you've got in Skriniar. And for me, if I was in PSG's shoes, I'd recruit one of the best young ones out there, like Todibo, for example, at Nice. I think it's a brilliant young player. Tapsoba in Leverkusen under Xabi Alonso. I think it's brilliant. Like there's some good young centre halves out there that you could get if you wanted to resurrect what you've done. But I don't know with Skriniar, because Enrique's not going to play a back three. He's not going to change his principles for no man. So
exactly.
If he's not going to change it to suit Mbappe, he's not going to do it to suit Skriniar.
Yeah, but the problem now is they are even struggling in French League now. They are fifth in the table, and the way they will play for me, if they don't win the league,
bloody hell, they're doing that bad.
Yeah, they are fifth.
How many games have they played?
They've played. Let me look at the table.
Yeah.
I think they are 50. They are 50 in French League now. If I'm not mistaken, they are 50. If I'm not mistaken.
They played 15 already?
Yeah, they've played 7 matches already.
So, 7. How many have they won?
They've won 3. They've drawn 3. They've lost 1.
Wow.
Yep.
So, hang on. 3. So, they're on 12 points. 12 points from...
Yeah, this is...
12 points from like 20. 12 points from like 21 points, I think.
Yep.
Really, that's not good.
Yeah,
that is not good. I know they lost to Nice in.
Yeah, they drew before they play Newcastle today. They drew to Clermont Foot 0-0.
Who?
Clermont Foot.
Who's that?
I have no idea.
Wait, go down. Show me the team that they lost to.
They lost to Clermont Foot. This is the team they lost to.
Which team?
They drew 0-0.
They drew. Clermont Foot. I've never even heard of them.
That's who they drew to. So it's a little bit confusing because this PSG for me, this team for me, look a little bit somehow, man. Fia said, was Luis Enrique the real coach of MSN or was it Messi?
No, I respect Enrique's coaching abilities in
I
that
don't think
team.
it's Messi. I think it's Enrique though.
I think it was both really. I think
So
Messi and
do you
Enrique.
think it's I don't think it's outdated, man. I don't think it's an outdated manager.
No, I would have taken him when we were looking for a manager between him and Ten Hag. That's
You
who
have,
I would have taken.
or you'd have
And
taken him?
if we'd have got rid of if we get rid of Ten Hag right now, I would have said either Enrique or Hansi Flick would have been who I would look at now. If they weren't both in jobs, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Hansi Flick's been sacked recently, but if Enrique wasn't in a job, he would be one of my
Because
coaches.
his contract expires in 2025.
Yeah, well, I've got a sneaky suspicion, with City when Pep leaves.
Me
I
too.
think I think they'll look at someone like Enrique.
Enrique, yes.
But they were looking at Ten Hag. Obviously, Ten Hag's come to Man United, so that's going to scupper that.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think
someone
they'll look at Deserbi of Man City.
Enrique De Zerbi, that kind of manager, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That
Mm-hmm.
sort of manager, I think, stylistic wise, it's not too different to what the players would be used to
Yep.
after Pep leaves. But we don't know when that's going to be.
It's gonna live in 2026.
Mm.
Yeah. So
I think though with Pep, he needs to have a couple of years at the game.
Mm.
Go back to Barcelona, spend some time with your family and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
relax a bit. I mean, he's been
He's been
I'm
coaching
not,
Man City for like more than 7 years now.
I mean, 7 years. He didn't really have a break from Bayern.
This is 8 seasons already. This is 8 seasons.
Well, he spent 3 years at Bayern. Didn't he left Barcelona. Then
Yeah.
he had a year out before he went to
Sabbatical.
Bayern.
Then he spent 3 years in
3 years in Bayern, and then he agreed to come straight after Bayern to City,
7 years.
then 7. So he's been active in management for 10 years.
For 10 years now. This is 8 seasons.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. And then by 2025, that'll be 12 years active.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd take a year or so out, Pep,
Yeah,
really.
he needs to take a sabbatical. He needs
take himself out of the game for a little bit and spend some time with your family.
Something about Pep is an ideology. He loved the game. You know that. You know he loved the game.
Yes.
And for him to take a sabbatical, he will be watching football, enjoying himself, but he will want to get involved a lot because he's a tactician. He loved the game. Pep loved the game a lot. So
well, he'll always have that special connection with players. I mean, we've heard the stories before. He said that he's always been in contact with Lionel Messi and that over the years of his career, ever since he left Barcelona. So they've always still held that connection with him. And
yeah,
even in saying that, I mean, some of the players that he ended up getting rid of, I mean, he's still got a good relationship with Aguero, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
When he enjoyed that partnership that he had with him at Manchester City. Vincent Kompany, even look at it for what it is. He influenced Kompany to actually become a coach.
Yeah.
So you can say it for what he is. He's a very influential figure. And look, even with Pep being out of the game, is he really going to be out of the game? I think he'd do some sort of advisory role, or he's going to keep.
Maybe he would do like a sporting director.
Maybe a sporting director, but I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
Go and be Sorano, the sporting director in Manchester City, are the one
Berinstein, yeah.
Yeah, they work with him in Barcelona and they work with him in Bayern.
Well, I mean, unless you're going to do something like where, I don't know, you let Pep go off and he can go and be a youth talent scout for the Spanish national team.
If you look at their recruitment when in Barcelona and even in Bayern, those people work with Tigger Bikaristin, Sorano. They all work with Pep. They are together. Even they have a restaurant together in Manchester where they go out to dine together and eat.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Very good. They're like families. So those people know him very well and he knows them very well. He knows the player he wants and they know the player and they know the way he wants to play. Every club Manchester City Pep have gone to, he's dominated that league. And the team is making them better. So I would not be surprised in 2026 if he wants to leave, Todd Bowley say, okay, Pep, here's blank check. Tell us what you want. And I think he won't want to teach Chelsea because he won't want to betray Man City. You get me? He wouldn't want to. He wouldn't want to beat him.
Wait, hold on. Pep would go where? Sorry, where?
Maybe I say maybe if he wants to leave in 2025 or 2025 or 2026, um Todd said, okay, here's the blank check. I don't think he will accept it because he wouldn't want to disrespect Manchester City fans.
No. I think with Pep, I mean, let's face facts. He's conquered Spain, so he's got nothing left to prove there.
Yeah,
He's conquered the Premier League, so why come back and go to another Premier League club?
exactly.
I mean, even in saying that, like, he conquered Germany. So there's 3 major European leagues.
Then maybe
He doesn't really need to conquer the French league, does he? So I don't want Italy maybe, but I don't think the style of football would suit him going over there. I don't know. Unless he's going to influence their game like he has done the Premier League, but I don't know.
One thing about Pep is he's an active man that he always want to be in the game.
Look.
Sabbatical and come back to the game.
Look, he could completely surprise us, and he might leave in Manchester City 2025, and he might say, "That's it, I'm done. I'm finished with management." And you know something? If he said that, I don't think anybody can disagree with him. He's got nothing else to prove.
Yeah,
he's won multiple UCLs. He's been the best coach for me since Sir Alex Ferguson retired.
He won as a player, if I'm not mistaken. He won as a player and as a coach.
There's 2 managers in world football that I will always respect because they conquered an era of football. Ferguson did it because he conquered that era of the Premier League, and Pep Guardiola has conquered this era of the Premier League.
Yes, man.
They're the 2 coaches that I can safely say will always be in the history books for years and years to come.
A lot
of them, because not only did they deliver the trophies, they delivered the longevity at those football clubs where they had to rebuild the team year after year after year. And they're the only 2 managers in world football that's ever completed the treble.
Yes,
treble-winning teams. So for me, I think with Pep, at the end of the day, if he called it a day, I wouldn't, hear this outcry from fans. But he would still have some influence in football. And, you never know, he might go into punditry and do maybe what Mourinho did for a couple of months. Go work for Sky or whatever.
Even if he wants to take a sabbatical, he can't take more than a year sabbatical because Pep is someone who loves the game a lot. He loves to be involved a lot in the game.
But every coach needs a rest. Every coach needs a rest at some point. We've heard the story before with Pochettino when he was at 5 years with Spurs. He got to that 5th year, and after the UCL final when they lost, he said everything just fell apart. I wasn't enjoying coaching. I didn't really feel the same connection that I had with Spurs for the other 4 years that I was there. I just felt like the journey had ended and there wasn't anything else left for me to do at that team because he felt like he took them as far as he could do. And you have to respect a coach in saying that when they say that, this is it. I feel like I've took you as far as I can.
Yeah.
With Pep, what else can he do with City? Win the quadruple, but they can't do that this season. So, I don't know, retain the treble maybe, but it's difficult to say with Pep at the end of the day. But even in saying that, like, people always talk about him going to international management. I don't see it.
You don't see it?
I don't see it. I don't think it suits him. I think he likes the calendar, the whole season calendar. I don't think Pep's a tournament manager, if I'm honest. I think he would struggle to be a tournament manager. And I said that before about when we said about with Enrique and players like and coaches like that. For me, I think coaches like I said before about Zidane, Ancelotti, Gattuso, these kind of coaches, Spalletti, these kind of coaches who it's not necessarily about tactics, but they inspire players. When you go to a tournament, you need to have an inspirational group. Because if you don't have a group of players that want to play for you as the national coach, you're not going to win. It's as simple as that. Morocco, when they got to the semi-finals, their coach, let's be honest, Abdullahi, their coach wasn't, a tactician. He wasn't a Pep Guardiola in disguise. He wasn't, a Jurgen Klopp type of manager who had a clear style of play. But he was a major inspirational coach. He inspired those players. And you know what? They went far and they got to the semi-final, and really, they only conceded the one goal to not go to the final. So we can say it for what it is, but for me, I don't look at Pep and think that, there's a seat for it. Of course, I think he'd go to any nation in the world, really, but I just don't see it. I just think he likes the 38 game calendar a year season, UCL, 2 domestic cups. I think he just likes the layout of domestic football rather than go to international, where you basically play, you basically play 8 games a year. I just don't think he'd enjoy it. Me personally, he needs to be involved week in, week out. That's where I think that it really falls short for him. I don't know what you think, Abdullahi. Abdullahi, are you there? I don't think he's there. Anybody who's in the comments or in the chat, anybody, smash the like button, people. Subscribe to the Blue Studios always, people. Got great content. UCL, Chelsea, discuss all topics anyway. I don't know. Are you back, Abdullahi? Or... Nah, we're leaving for a bit anyway. But yeah, I guess I'll give my thoughts on Newcastle's performance while we wait for Abdullahi to return. Look, chat. I mean, Newcastle tonight. They were what they have been for the last, maybe even since the ownership change. Like they've been that fiery spark, that enthusiastic.
And I also
wants to go for games. Oh, you're back. Go on.
Yeah,
go on.
I also think credit has to be given to Eddie Howe, because when we talk
Yes.
about English managers, we talk about Graham Potter and co and everything. Not to say Graham Potter isn't a good manager. He's a good manager, but
he's not had the low point that Eddie Howe has. Eddie Howe got relegated.
Yes,
and he was completely writ off. And when you think about it, Newcastle, they didn't want Eddie Howe. They wanted Unai Emery. And Unai Emery was prepared to go. Villarreal was prepared to let him go for €5 million compensation, but Unai Emery didn't want to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So really, when you think about it, Newcastle, they didn't want Eddie Howe, really. They wanted Unai Emery.
Interesting.
And it just so happens that Emery said no, and then they went to Eddie Howe and he didn't have a job, and he said yeah. But I like Eddie Howe as a young coach. Even when he got relegated with Bournemouth, I think they were in the Premier League, 4 or 5 seasons consistently. He took them all the way from the National League to Premier League and stayed with them for the next 3-4 years after that in the Premier League. I mean, he didn't have a winner's CV, but he had a good young coach.
What impressed me most about this Newcastle is, firstly, the fans around them, and secondly, the ownership know exactly what they want. You can't just bring a manager in and just sack him and say, because no. Yes, they've lost a lot of matches, but they've recovered back from the match they lose. Now they're even on a good momentum. That shows how good of a manager and how world class he is as a manager for me. And they're talking about it because English managers, sometimes we don't read them too much, because that's from English. Their ideology of schools isn't good enough. But you got to also have to respect him as a manager too. Today, they played Paris Saint-Germain off the park from minute 1 to minute 95. Off the park.
And let's be honest, I'm like top 5 European club, PSG. They're the best that French football has. Are you there, Abdullahi, or are you gone?
I'm here. I can hear you. Keep going. I can hear you.
Yeah. No, like I said, PSG are the best that French football has. So you can say it for what it is. I think really from what I would say is that they've beat the best team in France. I think they've beaten one of the top 3 teams in Italy. Really? Well, they didn't beat them, but I think they played well enough in that game not to lose to Milan. And look, I think they're going to
They
play.
haven't played Milan.
Well,
They
they're going
played
to play a
Dortmund.
top
They
a
haven't
top
played
two
Milan.
team in
No, they haven't
in
played
Germany.
Milan. They played Dortmund. They
Well,
beat them.
they said this was the group of death. They've been to the San Siro.
No,
They
no,
got a point.
they haven't played Milan yet. They're gonna play Milan next.
No, they have played Milan. They played in
They
San
played
Siro.
Dortmund. They beat Dortmund 2-0. So why they play Newcastle? Why? Because it was Newcastle and Ismail that played for the drew the match.
Hold on. Are you on about Newcastle and about PSG?
PSG.
Okay. I was going to say Newcastle got a point with Milan.
Yeah, PSG hasn't played Milan yet. Their
So
next match is
is
Milan.
PSG versus Milan at the San Siro, or is it?
Then they exactly San Siro. Then
Okay.
Dortmund versus what's called Borussia at the Newcastle.
Right. Okay.
Interesting.
Mm. Do you think PSG will struggle?
Bro, like this because this group is becoming complicated because if Newcastle win their next match against Dortmund, that automatically thought and now AC Milan wants to because
Is that away or is that at home?
I think they are away. Newcastle are away.
Mm.
Yeah.
They might get a point.
Yeah, but AC Milan are they are two. So I don't see Paris Saint-Germain winning at San Siro because the crowd will be with them in San Siro. And I'm a little bit not sure with regards to AC Milan because they are not that good of a defensive team like Newcastle. Newcastle are very good defensively. Defensively, they are very good. You gotta respect them. They are good. They are good. I respect them a lot. They are very good. That's what I'm saying.
And they didn't have one of their best defenders tonight either, Botman.
Yeah, they don't. As I said, I'm very worried in November because we play them in November in St. James Park. Oh my, I'm looking forward to that because the atmosphere. Oh my days in heaven! Only two teams in EPL can survive that atmosphere: Manchester City and Liverpool. That's it. That's it. The rest of us, I am not sure. Maybe we can survive the atmosphere of Newcastle because Lord have mercy on us. Lord have mercy.
It's the new Anfield, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Because the amount of how close the fans are with them, and that stadium is an old stadium, St. James
Yeah.
Park. Not even in the stadium; it's an old stadium.
But they're developing it. They're just
Yeah.
they're basically building it up and modernising it. They're doing what Liverpool's done with Anfield, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're just going to build it and build it and build it until it gets a point where they make enough money where whatever they want to do with the stadium, the money that they make will then build whatever they want to do or let them do whatever they want to do. That's really what Newcastle want. But like, I think really you've got to say it for what it is. Recruitment's been superb, hasn't it?
Yeah. If you look at that,
I mean, like, they have, and it's not like they've just gone for young players and said, let's build a project. Like, they've brought experienced players as well into this team. I mean, Nick Pope's an experienced goalkeeper. Kieran Trippier, probably the most experienced out of the lot. Tonali's got European experience. Like, these players that they brought in, Dan Burn, love it or hate, he's got brilliant Premier League experience. They've brought in a mix of experience, but some of the best young players that are probably in the Premier League or in Europe. Bruno Guimaraes was one of the best young midfielders when he was at Lyon. Anthony Gordon was one of the best young wingers in the Premier League when he was at Everton. I mean, even you guys wanted him. So, young players, it's not just about that Newcastle have thrown money at young players and like you guys have done and said, let's try and win something in 3-4 years. They've bought in young players, but they've also got experienced players to compact with them, and it's almost balanced the ship
exactly
out. Really.
like Callum Wilson,
Callum Wilson, Isak, like they've got really an experienced player and a young player to back up in each position.
And you know what? And I'm happy for them because there is a direction in where they are going to. I respect that in them. There is a direction where they are going to because looking at them, there's a direction where they are heading to. They know exactly what they want. They know exactly how they want to do things. So I respect them a lot. Smart like, but I respect them because there is a direction in what they are doing. But if you look at the way they do, they have an identity, which most clubs are difficult to have in Paris Saint-Germain. That's why I bring them up because Paris Saint-Germain are passing. And once you hit them on the counter, it is game over. It's game over. And it's a little bit it's a little bit difficult because if you look at PSG defender and Newcastle defender are 6'7", 6'8", 6'5". How do you want to cross the ball and beat them in the air? How? When they are 6'7", 6'8", how do you want to beat them in the air? So it's weird, man. Paris Saint-Germain is a weird team, man. They are a very weird team. We all talk about Messi.
Well, I'll ask you the same question then. Talk about Mbappe, talk about Enrique and PSG
But
performance.
this is me now because I was a man from minute 1 to minute 90. Mbappe is playing with like an arrogant prick because he believe, yes, you might have the money, but it look uninterested when it comes to Paris Saint-Germain for me. He looked very uninterested. Like his brain is somewhere else. His mindset is completely different. It doesn't look like a player that wants to play for PSG for a very long time. It looks like that for me based on what I see. And also for Luis Enrique, I wouldn't say Enrique is an outdated manager, but he was caught by a surprise with the intensity of Newcastle. He was caught by a surprise because he didn't believe it. But again, he is an experienced manager. We understand I have to adapt to certain style of play. But again, you can see the way Enrique wants to play from the back. You can see the way he wants to play. You can see exactly the way he wants to play. So it's a little bit very kind of difficult because especially when you go to St. James Park, I don't like to go to that stadium. I don't, man. We don't easily go for well. No. That stadium, my bad. Because
What about Enrique then?
my problem with Enrique is why I don't want to fully judge him is he inheriting this team because the club doesn't have money to buy players? Because they bought player for him, Gonzalo Ramos, Kolomuani is there. They bought him players. They bought players. So it to be, I wouldn't want to blame too much on Enrique yet. Not as much as I believe he has a blame in this stuff, as I wouldn't want to blame too much on it. Isn't it? Because, but Tom, do you think they can survive this high pressing stuff when it comes to round of season quarterfinal? Because their squad is
Who?
very
Newcastle or
Newcastle.
PSG?
For me, Newcastle, because their squad is very talented by players.
Newcastle, honestly, their best ambition, right, coming into the Champions League was get out of the group. That's a lot. I think a lot of Newcastle fans, when your first year back in Champions League for nearly 2 decades, get out of the group. And especially when they saw the teams that they were against, Milan, you had it with PSG and Dortmund. Like when they saw the group, I think a lot of Newcastle fans would just thought, look, let's enjoy us and let's play the way that we normally play. And if we can get out the group, brilliant. I think get to the knockout stage, and I think a lot of Newcastle fans would be happy. For the first year back in nearly 2 decades, I think that's remarkable. And in terms of handling the knockout stages, you never know really because the draw can favour some teams, as we've seen, in recent years. Villarreal, they had brilliant ties all the way up to the semi-final when they met Liverpool. We know it with Benfica a couple of seasons. I think it was last season, wasn't it? I can't remember the semi-final or quarter-final, but anyway, the draw was quite, favourable towards them. And look, you have it with some teams where they get a couple of decent draws, and you never know where it might lead. But squad depth, I think, will play a factor because I think Newcastle have the quality. They have a quality in starting 11. Like when it's 11v11, I think Newcastle have a lot of good players. But when you look at that bench, I mean, for example, let me just play a scenario with what we saw tonight. PSG can pull players off the bench, like Vitinha, you can stick him in midfield, decent midfielder. You know, you might have Colin Moani or a player like that who's on the bench instead. Dembele might not start a game and he might be able to come on. Like, you've got these sort of players, and I just think that difference for PSG makes a difference in the knockout stages when you have options. Newcastle, they have, say, like Lewis Hall, young up-and-coming player. Jacob Murphy, not really Champions League quality. That's Newcastle squad depth. Don't get me wrong, like Callum Wilson for Isak and stuff like that. Like, I'm here for it because they're both goal scorers at the end of the day. But like even like you go Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes, like the development players, they're not ready-made Champions League proven players. And I know really they've only played 2 games. And really, if we're being honest, tonight's the real night where a lot of those players really showed up for Newcastle. But injuries, I think, are a concern. If they get a couple of injuries through the campaign in the league, I think they will struggle. But look, if they get a favourable draw, put it this way, Abdoulaye, I think a lot of European teams going to Newcastle are going to struggle not to keep the ball out of the net at least once. And the way Newcastle can score goals and just take the game away from you, as we saw opening day of this season, with Villa, like it can happen. We've seen it many a time with teams. I mean, the City game as well. City were quite on top, and then Newcastle just took the game by the bullet's horns, and then they ended up getting the goal and win the game. But I just think that the depth of the team, especially if Newcastle are trying to prioritise winning a trophy, like an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup, which I think would be brilliant for them. And look, if they didn't, if they weren't playing us in the final last season, I would have, loved them to have won it. Besides, if we were playing it at one of another team, because I think Newcastle, the story that football club has, upwards of 10 years of neglect by Mike Ashley, been relegated from the Premier League twice in the 5 previous seasons before that. Never really had the major investment that other teams around them were having, even at the bottom end of the table. They always had clung on, and they were always in a relegation dogfight every single season. They ended up getting the new ownership, and then it was still sinking. They bought some players in. They brought Eddie Howe in. They stabled the ship. They went from 19th place. I think they got all the way up as far as 10th, I think. Recruited again well in the summer. Had a wonderful season last season. Carabao Cup semi-finalists, and like I said, I think they gave a good account for themselves in that game. Carabao Cup semi-finalists, got Champions League football. Remarkable season what Eddie Howe did with the boys and the players last season, and at the end of the day, it's paid off, and they've got the opportunities like they have on Tuesday and Wednesday nights to play in the Champions League. But for me, I like Newcastle as a team, and I think the story and the journey really is inspirational. But you give a Newcastle supporter the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, or you give them, quarterfinals Champions League, I think they'll take a trophy. They've spent I don't know fully the amount of time it's going to take overall. I don't really know the full amount of the time, maybe 20, 30 years. I could be wrong that they've not won a trophy. Maybe somebody in the chat can correct me in saying that. But I just think at the end of the day, there's a lot of positives for Newcastle at this moment in time. And I think going for a trophy, trying to win something will be a good positive reflection of their journey really and their progression. But again, like we say, it depends on the draw, but it also depends on what Newcastle's aspirations are for this season. I mean, I think a good aspiration for them would be get a trophy, showcase that journey and that story that they've had, and have something to really shout about as a football club. And then if they get to retain Champions League football again, that's another remarkable aspect for them, because again, like I said, they're trying to build the football club with the new ownership. We know the ownership has all the money in the world, but they don't have the revenue to then spend what they generate because they don't
Yeah,
generate a lot of money.
I
That's the
agree.
problem. Newcastle could blow any club in Europe, any club in the world out of the water for players if there was no FFP. But because of FFP,
Yeah.
they have to, if they qualify for the Champions League for, say, 2-3 seasons consistently, like they can suddenly be in the market for where they can buy, look, they can buy the best young players in the world. Like they could have been in the market, say, maybe in 2-3 years' time for like an Enzo Fernandez, for a Caicedo, for one of these players. They can be in the market for that because they have the revenues to then back up what they can actually spend and not breach FFP. But at the end of the day, I think with Newcastle, I think they will struggle when it gets to knockout stages. But look, we've seen the stadium tonight for St James's Park, and this is a group stage game.
It is.
If you get one of them big boys there, a Madrid, a Barcelona, like I think that a lot of teams tonight would have struggled in that atmosphere.
Everybody,
Even
everybody
the
struggling.
best teams, even
Everybody
the best
struggling.
teams in the world would struggle there.
Yeah.
But they might find a way to win because we've seen Liverpool do what they did there. But look, at the end of the day, I think a lot of teams would struggle in that atmosphere because we know that there's the hypothesis, there's that Anfield atmosphere. St James's Park has that now. It does have that, and it can swallow players up.
Yeah.
It can swallow players up, but it can also ruin football teams' seasons. They ruined Arsenal's season that season when Arsenal couldn't get the top four because of the result that they had with Newcastle. They derailed a lot of teams last season, and really, Newcastle are one of those teams where they might decide what happens in the title.
Yeah, I agree.
When Arsenal go there, when City go there in the league, like
I think City have beaten them already.
City have beaten them already, but I'm saying if they end up like making a deciding factor toward the end of the season, because I think Newcastle play. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Newcastle play Arsenal. I think it's March time. I could be wrong.
They play us too.
So,
They play us too.
well, yeah, they play you guys too recently. I think you said November or something.
November. I don't know when they play you guys though, but they play us in November.
Yeah. Well, Newcastle for me, they see us as the hatred club. As much as they say, Sunderland's the rival for them in the.
Why are people not joining? Are people sleeping? What's going on?
Northeast.
Why are people not joining the show? People want to do people want to go and sleep? Or what's going on with people?
They've all gone hiding, Abdullah. I told you this. They've all gone hiding.
Why are they hiding? What's going on? This is a battering, man. This is a battering. Man. Are people sleeping, taking a nap? What's going on?
What's his name? I forgot what his name is now. HH doing a show.
Yeah, he's doing a show. Yeah.
Oh well, a lot of the boys might be over there and that, aren't they? So.
Yeah. But for me though, I would say this is the best in terms of the Champions League because it produced exactly what we wanted, and I'm happy it didn't disappoint because sometimes some Champions League will be a little bit boring where you'll be feeling sleepy, and it wasn't that much boring because it produced exactly what we wanted. And kudos to I would say to CBS because for me, when I watch CBS, when you want to watch UCL, go and watch CBS because CBS give you the best production when it comes to the Champions League, man. I love them a lot, man, and I'm happy they are the one showing the Champions League. I don't like beating sports. I don't. They are too biased for me. But CBS and Paramount Plus, they are the best for me.
I mean, let me just give you some of the actual statistics for this game. Newcastle had 8 shots to 2. Damn. They had 26% possession. 26% to PSG's 74, and they won 4-1. That just these stats here, like they're damning.
Football is brutal, man.
They're absolutely damning. I mean, even the sort of player realist ratings. I've seen somewhere here they've given Mbappe a 2.0, worst player on the football pitch. That's what a lot of these groups are saying. I mean, even statistically here, this Hakimi was their best player. I don't know about that. For me personally, I think the young kid did all right for himself. But It's difficult, man. And at the end of the day, they don't with PSG. Like, what options do they really have on the bench? I mean, even on the bench, I'm looking at it now. They didn't have one attacker on the bench. They had Vitinha, they had Bradley Bacola, Keylor Navas is a goalkeeper, obviously, Fabio Ruiz, midfielder, Danilo Pereira, midfielder, Nordi Mukiele is a defender, Carlos Soler, midfielder, Arno Tenaz is a goalkeeper. Like, there's not even an attacking option on the bench. So this is what I mean. We were just discussed about squad depth.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't that attacking option there. And honestly, I'm quite shocked at that, to be honest with you. And I mean, I know that with PSG, they have got a couple of injuries and stuff. We know, Preston Kimpembe, Achilles,
I'll be back.
tendon.
Let me get my food upstairs. I'll be back.
Yeah, no worries. We know with Kimpembe, Achilles tendon rupture, and is expected to sort of return in, well, they're saying anyway, about 6 days for October the 10th, and Marco Asensio, return 10th of October again. So that, like I said, that forward option that we just talked about there. So PSG, don't get me wrong, that they're missing some good players and everything. And at the end of the day, you can say it for what it is. Newcastle are missing players. Joelinton, we don't know the extent of the injury there, and there's an expectation that he's not going to be that far away. So there's another, positive for Newcastle. Willock as well, a young player there that we've been discussing about for a while, Joe Willock. Good young midfielder. Botman, again, we discussed about tonight. One of Newcastle's best central defenders, not available for them tonight. And Harvey Barnes, again, foot injury, young, up-and-coming sort of player. Very similar sort of style player to an Anthony Gordon, maybe not as explosive with the pace and the actual power and everything. But at the end of the day, I mean, you can look at it for what it is. Newcastle, really, with what I've said, I think they've got more. I think they had more injuries than what the PSG squad had tonight, and they still managed to beat them. So, at the end of the day, PSG, when you look at the actual complexion of the group, Milan and Dortmund drawing helps PSG in the factor of that there's not a massive rival in the group with them. So I think PSG, one way or another, will manage to maneuver a way out of the group. And look, anybody who's in the chat, anybody, get your comments and get your thoughts in on what your opinions are. Really, if you think, I'll pose the question to anybody anyway. Do you think PSG will make it out of the group, and do you think you'll finish first, second, or maybe are they going to capitulate and drop into the Europa League? But with the way that it's going, really, with PSG, with the actual matches and fixtures that they've got for the Champions League, I mean, they need to win, especially their home Champions League games as well. They're the big ones, really, for PSG that we have to look at, and we have to, say, really, they've got to win. They have to win the reverse fixture of this massively, make amends for what's happened tonight. Of course they do, but at the end of the day, with Newcastle, we have to take our hats off to them. They were the better team on the night. They had, I think anyway, they had the better desire to win the game than most. And look, at the end of the day, they're on the up. Newcastle Football Club are on the up. We know the ownership's a major factor in what they've been trying to do. We know that Manchester, we know that with Newcastle United, it is about being that strong leadership, consistent team. And at the end of the day, Newcastle have those characters. They have that enthusiasm. And the players, love it or hate it for what people want to say. They play, good football, Newcastle. And people will say, there's a shortage, and people are very skeptical around if it can last and if it can be consistent. But at the end of the day, Newcastle have given a lot in the last 18 months. They've been consistent. They've blown teams away. We know what happened with Spurs last season, Villa tonight even. I mean, they've got goals in them, which can always help you and get you out of trouble. But at the end of the day, there's a consistency here, and again, we say it again, another season in the Champions League. There's that pattern with PSG. There's that one slack off game, and luckily tonight it wasn't a knock off game. It wasn't in the round of 16, and there wasn't this sort of performance. Because I think a lot more fans would be going on Paris Saint-Germain if this was knockout football and there was that opportunity where they can advance and potentially win the trophy. That's eluded them for so long. But at the end of the day, guys, I think ultimately when you go around the houses with PSG, they've got a new coach. They've got a player who really, if I think a lot of us are being honest, doesn't want to be here. And there just isn't that positiveness with PSG right now. They're not doing well in the league. Like we said before, they lost. They drew to Clermont-Foot. Me and Abdoulaye, we were having a bit of a laugh off stream when we were discussing about PSG's sort of results recently and everything, and we couldn't even understand who Clermont-Foot was. And I ended up searching up where even Clermont-Foot were actually based and where they actually even played in France. I was pleasantly surprised, really. But no, I think overall with the game, look, we're not going to dwell on it for too much. We've been discussing, PSG, Mbappe, Enrique for well over an hour now. So I'll probably wrap up on this topic and move on. But I don't know what Abdoulaye wants to move on to anyway. But if it doesn't come back, I'll end up moving the conversation on anyway for people. But at the end of the day, Newcastle, we have to take the hat off to them. But again, we are only 2 matches into the Champions League, and they're still unbeaten in the group stages for now. And we need to see how long it lasts. But a couple of injuries in Newcastle's season could be derailed. But
yeah, I'm back.
For what we can say now, brilliant club, and they're definitely on the up.
But I look at the squad now because Eddie Howe spoke today. He talked about the squad being thin, and I agree with him. The squad being thin, that because I think which means for me that Callum Wilson is injured, a lot of players is injured, and it's time to recover them and bring them back to the squad, which is not bad. You get me? It's not bad because of this thin squad. But again, I think you need to buy players in January for them to help him. Is for me, they've bought very well, and I like the way they bought. They bought very well.
Yes.
They have bought very well, and I respect that a lot in them. But again, I still need to see more in them. They bought Antonio Gordon, Sandro Tonali in the midfield. Who again? Alexander Isak, Bruno Guimaraes. That's like 4. Who again?
Yeah. That's fair.
Van Botman, Dan Bon, Target. Who again?
And name me one of those players that's name me one of those players that Newcastle have bought that's failed.
None of them.
None of them. That's it. And that's what you mean. That's what you call top elite recruitment.
That's coaching, and also coaching.
Well, coach. You will Dan Ashworth, and who's technical director for Newcastle, and you have Eddie Howe. They're both young. I think really the mindset that they both have. They've not worked in big football clubs, so I think they understand each other quite well.
Yeah.
And again, they've got the money, Abdoulaye.
They do.
They have the crown. They have the fucking war chest that they could just open, and they could buy the superstars in the world if they wanted to. But they don't necessarily think that's the way to go. And for any really oil-rich, football club, I'm not really shocked because a lot of them will look at the PSG project and think, listen, you can spend over $1 billion on superstar players or whatever over the last 10 years and stuff, but it's not working. There's no consistency there, and it's just not working. And at the end of the day, if you don't get what people actually want, which is a team that's going to be progressive and actually win things year after year, PSG, the French league's a piece of piss for them. They want to see their players lift the Champions League. That's what Paris Saint-Germain fans want. Yeah. I'm sure if Tosin was here, that's what he'd be agreeing with me and saying.
But again, the problem now is even if you want to see their players, that's what I want to see their players win to offer. But with the caliber of life they have right now, with Mbappe, they can't win anything for me because this team is full of too much of egos. And when I look at Mbappe today, I'm questioning his mentality, not his players' ability, but his mentality.
Let me ask you one question. They get rid of Mbappe January, summer, whatever. Do they keep the players that they have now? So like your Muanis, your Ramoses, and your Dembele, or do they try and replace it?
Now this is where I'm gonna question them. If you're gonna let go from Mbappe in January, Do you spend the money around the team to rebuild?
I would
Or
tell. I'll tell you two things that I would do straight away with that Mbappe money.
mm-hmm.
Mbappe's gone. The front line, I wouldn't touch it. Colomwani can be your left-sided player.
Mbappe
Dembele can
right,
play right wing, and you
then
can have Ramos
Gonzalo.
play through the middle. That's your front line.
Mm-hmm.
For me, they need a creative midfielder
Mm-hmm.
desperately. They need a Kevin De Bruyne, a
Mm-hmm.
Bruno Fernandes. They need that creative spark in midfielder.
Yeah.
And then I think they need a proper centre half to play next to Marquinhos because Skriniar I'm not too sure about, but maybe the competition would do him well. For me personally,
Mm-hmm.
I'd give two players straight away that I personally think PSG would be brilliant for going. If they went and got someone like an Antonio Silva or a Tadibo, that sort of centre half, young,
Mm-hmm.
can develop, very technical, good on the ball. Those sort of players, if you get that sort of player at your centre half, I think backline's suddenly improved a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Midfield wise, I mean, even creative midfielders, I'm struggling to come up with names in world football right now. I mean,
It's tough,
the
but
the far and wide to actually
mm-hmm.
pick one. Really, I mean, I'm struggling to even just come with one up off my head. I mean, Musiala, somebody like that, but it's never
Mm-hmm.
going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Bellingham, I don't really know attacking midfield wise, but they need to sign a creative sparking midfielder because Vitinha, Soler, they're not creative. They're
Mm-hmm.
good. Don't get me wrong, they're quality midfielders. I think on the day they're brilliant midfielders, technically okay, but they just don't have that killer pass that's gonna, swirl a ball to the back post and somebody's gonna head it in or anything. They just don't. They're not those built-in players. And
Yeah.
that's why for me, I'm looking at it and thinking, I can't really think of one that's out there that's ready made and that they can just buy straight away.
You see, Abdul, uh, Paris Saint-Germain get reconstructed by Newcastle. Blow. And we talk about him a lot. Kylian Mbappe this, Kylian Mbappe that, Kylian Mbappe this, Abdul, he was swallowed. When I repeat myself, he was swallowed by the Magpies, by St. James's Park fan base. It was swallowed. I did not see Mbappe today. I'm checking the L'Equipe now. You know what L'Equipe gave him? L'Equipe gave him 1/10. L'Equipe rating gave Kylian Mbappe 1/10 rating today. It did not do anything. No, no shot on target for Mbappe. Imagine that. And when we tell people Premier League is the best league in the world, people doesn't listen to us. It is the best league. You gotta respect us. We watch the Premier League a lot to tell you it's the best league because this league is the best. Abdul, give me your take, man.
Yeah, big up everyone. Um, Good evening, Tom. Um,
Yeah, big up.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So what's their position in the French league in Ligue 1?
They are
I
fifth.
think they're
The
like,
fifth
Fifth.
yeah,
PSG.
yeah. I'm not sure if they want to play for this guy, Luis Enrique.
Mm.
I'm not sure. I don't think the team is that bad, but maybe they don't want to play for him.
Abdul, I
And
don't
yeah,
think so. I don't think so.
okay. You just think the team is poor this season? Do you think the team is poor?
I know. I think there's a problem with cohesion and chemistry with the team, most especially Mbappe, though, because Mbappe is not disciplined enough for me. He doesn't play with the team; he just play with the individual, and I don't like that a lot in him. He needs to play together with the team, for me. But keep talking about.
Mm, yeah, I didn't watch the game today, so it's hard for me to actually talk on that particular game. I I don't know what's happening, but it's one of those. Well, to me, I kind of I wouldn't say expected it, but I'm not totally surprised because this is the Champions League, and it seems a lot of people don't really know what's going on in Newcastle. They're sort of like underestimating what's going on in Newcastle. and I keep telling them, I think what Eddie Howe is doing is trying to build success with a team that does not concede. So he's trying to develop the team, he's trying to construct the team or build progress by accumulating, by going undefeated. So basically, you become like very solid defensively in every department of the team. You become as solid as possible. So I think that's how he's trying to build the team. Um,
I'm back.
from what I can, yeah, okay. I think Thomas left or
Why
something.
didn't you watch the match? What's going on? Why?
Yeah, I was just busy. That's all. So,
Wow, what a performance, Abdul. That was for me. That was a performance. That was a performance, Abdul. Wow. Newcastle showed up tonight. They did. Abdul, L'Equipe, the French reporter gave Mbappe 1/10.
yeah, I'm not surprised Newcastle did what they did.
Oh
You know
my
what I mean?
days. Abdul,
I'm not totally
first 20
surprised.
minutes, Newcastle keep PSG, they killed them with high press.
Mhm.
High press.
They
Newcassul
must
got
have.
3 goals. Three
They must.
goals. 2 goals in the first half, another one in the second half. And they got it up in the 90 something minute to finish it 4-1. 4. Wow. I was
I'm not
impressed with this.
surprised. I'm not
Man.
surprised. Um,
Mbappe was lost. Colomwani lost. Gonzalo Ramos lost. Dembele lost. Ugarte lost. Marquinhos lost. Skriniar nowhere to be found. Donnarumma lost.
so what sort of game did Newcastle play with them? Was
High
it
press,
a
high press. They high press them from minute 1 to minute 95.
yeah? But then how come they were successful? You can't just be successful because you high pressed a
Oh my!
team.
It was Abdul. Go back and watch that match. That match was for me. That was the best match, man. That that was the best match, man. Newcastle killed them because Newcastle was high pressing, but in the second half they sit back. They didn't press in the second half, unlike what they were doing in the first half, because they were trying to absorb some of Paris Saint-Germain's pressure. But
Okay.
I think what they did in the second half were they went on a counter, and that was what they told them. In second half, just go on the counter, and they went on the counter and they finished Paris Saint Germain. They destroyed them. They complete they complete completely annihilated them, finished them. This one is normal. That see, when we're talking about PSG, we talk about Messi, Neymar, Mbappe. Abdul, today Mbappe did not show. I'm telling you, L'Equipe French reporter gave Mbappe 1/10. 1. He did not play anything at all. He was lost. He was cramped. He was shadowed by Kieran Trippier. Trippier pocketed him. Dan Bon pocketed Mbappe. Kolo Muani and Gonzalo Ramos was nowhere to be found. Manuela Ugarte, who I kind of like very, very well, do. It was manslaughter in the midfield by Sandro Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes. They killed him. They killed him to the extent that Luis Enrique took him off the game. He took him off in the 75 minutes. He took him off.
Wow.
He took Manuel Ugarte off in the 70 something minutes. They dismantled him.
Abdullah, so sorry to interject, but I think Luis Enrique got the lineup wrong. There's no way he thought he was going to actually choke Newcastle, that they will have all the possession. He forgot about the press. You have to play out of the press first. He had this Zaire and Mano Ugarte. You can't play two-man midfield and play four attackers.
They
Like,
play
come on, man.
4-2-4. 4-2-4.
Yeah, that's that is some rookie. Like, I respect Enrique a lot, but that's some rookie mistake. That is some mistake I expect to be seeing from Pochettino. But come on, man, 4-2-4 against Newcastle. Yeah, how are you going to play against all those big, tall? Some of those defenders for Newcastle are like 6'7".
6'7", 6'5", 6'4".
6'7". Like, come on, let's be serious. You want to play against Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali,
Long
what's
stuff.
other name? Longstaff and Almiron. How are you going to play against that
Or do you
presence?
know? Do you know? Do you know? I think Newcastle's priority is to actually go on an unbeaten run. You know what I mean? So they actually they measure their progress by the number of unbeaten runs they can actually accumulate. Unlike Man City that wants to go on a winning streak, on a winning run, and then they actually map their progress to the number of winning run or on how much they can win. You know what I mean? So defensively is very solid. Newcastle is very solid. You see, that's why I sort of like kind of see the mirror with Chelsea defense and our keeper. You know, that's why people are saying like, "Oh, Colwill, you should drop him. You should not play him." You're joking. He wants like 3, 4 giants at the back, so that you cut off like between 12 to 20 goals in a season. You know, so for you to actually maybe that's what Enrique was thinking. He thinks maybe okay, they are very defensive, so he just needs to attack and attack and attack them. But he
Yeah,
actually forgot
I actually agree
if
with Abdul on that one. I think that's probably what Chelsea is looking to do
But
because they
okay,
have a central
because
back too as
but
their
okay,
winger. I'm
you've
sorry,
you've
fullback.
watched football. You can Abdul. You guys have watched football for a very long time. But today, guys, I question Mbappe's mentality today. It look off. Something is wrong with Mbappe when it comes to
I think I
mentality.
think I think Mbappe should just make his Madrid dream. I mean, his Madrid move, so that we can all go and have a rest. So we
I
can
don't think
all
he's but I don't think he's
just
bought into
rest.
that project.
Which project?
Me too. The PSG project.
The new PSG project.
Exactly. Because
That's that's
look,
that, that's what that's
okay,
what I'm
it
saying.
look
Like
off today. I'm like, am I watching Mbappe or somebody else?
that's that's
Mbappe could
that's
not
what
make
I'm
a
that's what I'm
sprint.
s- that that's what
Kylian
I'm saying.
Mbappe could not make a sprint.
They should
Could
just
not run.
allow him. They should just allow him to go to Real Madrid so that he can sort of like get us all out of this misery. Because I don't think he's going to get any better at PSG anymore. Let him go and test himself somewhere else, like Real Madrid. I mean, he's not the only forward or striker in the
But
world. Let
Abdul,
him go find another striker.
in December, he will be 25 in December.
You see, and he will have played. I mean, that's a bit too much. I mean, how do you play somebody who's they say is a generational talent, is a Ballon d'Or, whatever, it's a World Cup, whatever, and you're playing in League On till 25. This guy needs to sort himself out, man. It's not all about money, 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 money all the time. He should sort himself out and find a way out. I don't think he loves PSG to this level where he wants to be there till he's 25.
Because okay, maybe you can correct me. I don't think the crowd was that. I don't think the Newcastle crowd made him lose form because I've seen him playing in Camp Nou. He scored hat-trick. I've seen him playing in Bernabeu. He scored goals. I've seen him playing in so many stadiums where Mbappe showed up. Today, it looked lost. It looked completely lost. He was just walking on the pitch. Just walking. He did not do anything. He was just walking. It was only Mbappe that was doing all the running, passing, crossing. It was only Mbappe. It was only Dembele doing the passing, running. Kylian Mbappe did not do anything. He did not do anything. Maybe he was surprised with the way Newcastle were playing. But I'm like, no, you can't be surprised because you're playing in Camp Nou before. You scored the Camp Nou. I've seen him score the Bernabeu. He even scored the Manchester Stadium in the Etihad. So I don't think the ovation is the problem with Mbappe. I think it's all about his mindset, though.
Yeah, of course. Now, I mean, is there any level he hasn't played?
He's
The
played
guy's
everywhere.
played. He's played 2 World Cup finals.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's played against the best teams in Europe time and time again. He's played with the best players. So it's not a matter of like it's not a matter of saying he's overwhelmed. You know what I mean? Or he has stage fright. It's just a case where I don't know. I don't think maybe they're not buying into what the guy wants them to do. Maybe he wants them to do too much running and too much pressing. And these guys will be looking at themselves like superstars. Just give us the ball and let us do what we can do.
I don't
You
think
know,
I think Mbappe is lacking discipline, and that has been his game since day one. And I don't like that in a player when you can't play with a team together. He's lacking discipline, and when you're lacking discipline as a player like Mbappe, it's gonna be difficult for you to succeed as a player.
no, it's not like he lacks. I don't think it's like he lacks discipline. I think he's so talented that every time he has the ball, he wants to do something. You know what I mean? Like every time he has the ball, he thinks he has to do something. So, but then you have to surround him with plenty of talents as well, so that he's not the only one that is,
But Abdul
threatening the
PSG
opposition.
has a lot of Kolo Muani is there, Gonzalo Ramos is there. Those are Dembele is there. Those are good
Yeah,
talent
but
around
in
Mbappe.
no, but in all honesty, Kolo Muani is a long distance runner. All he's gonna do is gonna run all night for you. He's gonna press and he's gonna run all night. Dembele, people say Dembele is not the Dembele we knew at Dortmund and
Not
at
the one.
in the
Today he missed a
in the
sitter.
French league.
He missed a sitter today. Dembele missed
Yeah,
a sitter today. He missed a sitter.
yeah. So
Abdul, I did not believe the scoreline. I thought I was joking. I'm not joking, no. I thought I was joking. 4-1. I did not
I
believe the
couldn't.
scoreline. I
I
did not
did not.
believe.
I did not see. I did not see anything about the game. So I only checked the game after the game was. I only checked the result after the game was over, and I was surprised. Really, I was like, "What? What happened?"
4-1. 4.
Like I
Not
couldn't
even
believe it,
2-0.
man.
4-1.
And then I checked the team. I saw the team. I thought, "Oh God, who is going to defend when you have all these forward players starting?" That's the problem against the Premier League team. People forget this Newcastle finished last season fourth.
Fourth in position. Exactly.
So you think they're not good? Because they're a very solid team, man.
And Abdul, I have to also give credit to Eddie. Abdul, you have to give credit to Eddie Howe and Newcastle fan base. They did very well today. They were loud. Their fan base were loud. The atmosphere was magnificent. I cannot
because
see,
I don't
when
think
it comes to the best atmosphere in the PL, it has to be
yeah
St. Peter's Park.
because I don't think they've seen Champions League football in 20 years.
Exactly 20 years.
So
That's
so
almost
that
20
so
years.
they're gonna be very loud.
They were loud, Abdul. They were from minute 1 to minute 95. They were loud. Look at the happiness in them, the excitement, the passion, the cry of joy. 20 years. The last time they ever smelled a UCL match in St. James Park.
Mm.
Wow. Abdul, it was a full house today. It was a full house today. Full house. Full. No empty seat. No extra seat. If you get started, sit on the chair, sit on the floor. It was a full house today. Full house. And what? You know what? The player did not disappoint them. The player played all their heart out. They gave them exactly what they wanted. Dismantle. Abdul, this one is not. Maybe it's not like maybe we are sorry. Abdul, this one is a reconstruction. 4-1. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. It should have been 6, so Abdul. It should have been 6. If not for Donnarumma, who kept them, it should have been 6. It should have been 6, Abdul. If not for Donnarumma. Donnarumma kept them, it should have been 6.
To be honest, I'm just enjoying the Champions League, considering we are not participating. So it's just a matter of like
We'll be
I don't
we'll be back next season.
no. But what I'm saying is, we don't have the stress, so I'm enjoying the lack of stress the lack of Champions League stress.
I get
You know what I mean? So I'm just whatever happens, I'm just laughing and just cruising
Okay.
because Exactly, because if Chelsea was in the Champions League, you'll be stressing, why did we do this? Why did we do that? This is
Exactly.
play. That should not be played.
But I
We're
mean,
not going to
sometimes,
qualify.
sometimes I say no to that. I love to watch football. And today I enjoyed myself.
Exactly. Sometimes
I
you just want to
enjoyed
enjoy.
myself.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just want to enjoy football as a neutral and say, oh my God, let me just chill my
Today I
my
enjoyed
blood
myself.
pressure a bit. Exactly. Let me just chill my blood pressure a bit. You know, let me
And
just enjoy.
according to because I'm not sure how true it is according to the betting side, a lot of betting side lost money today.
Of course, they're gonna lose side money because they're all.
They all carry PSG and Mbappe to score. Mbappe to score at three.
Oh, oh, no, 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 they're not gonna lose money. They're gonna gain money
I
because
think they
a lot
lost
of
money.
people will.
They put money
No,
on
no,
PSG.
because a lot of people will not predict what has happened. You know what I mean?
Nobody believed
So
this. 4-1,
eh,
4.
exactly. So the betting shops will win
Abdul,
more.
Fabian Shea, the central back, scored a golazo today. You know what they call a golazo? Golazo. That one TNet from the midfield. He scored golazo. I'm not joking, no. The last goal was a golazo. They no born Donnarumma and we may fly. They no born and we. The best goalkeeper, Thibaut Courtois, the best goalkeeper will not catch it.
Yeah.
Alisson Becker, how good Alisson Becker is, they no born and we. That was a golazo. Fever, there's something called R2, finesse.
Yeah.
That is what the guy did. He finessed the ball. Fabian Shea. Oh my days. That guy finessed the ball. It was like Ibi Makusi, if they burn you a fly. If they burn you a fly, I want Mbappe look off today. And when they rated it, they gave him 1/10. I'm like, they keep 1/10 is too small. You should have given him -5.
Mm.
It was no Mbappe was Abdul. It was poor today. No. If it was that much, Abdul, you will swear for Mbappe. If it was that much, you will be pissed off.
Yeah.
If he was that much, you'll be angry with him. Like, what is going on with Mbappe today?
No, but I'm not sure which prediction I made.
I think you made PSG to win.
I don't think so. I think I said Newcastle were going to destroy them.
I have to check. I have to
Yeah,
go.
I said,
I have to check.
I think,
I think somebody won the prediction, but somebody predicted 4-0. I think was it Blue Eyes that predicted 4-0.
no, I didn't predict 4-0, but I think I predicted
Somebody
some.
predicted 4-0. I'll go and check. I'll go and listen to it again.
Yeah, so I think I was expecting something like this because I know what St. James's Park would be on a Champions League night,
Oh
and I
my
know
days.
they've not had Champions League for.
They were loud, Abdul. I give it to them. They were loud. They were loud. Abdul. They were loud. I give it to them. Abdul, it's like when you pay money for something, you have to enjoy what you pay money for. You have to enjoy what you pay money for. They pay money for ticket to watch Champions League and they enjoy themselves. I have to give it to them, man. I have to credit their ownership too. The Saudi Arabia ownership, Abdul. They spend wisely. Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, Nick Pope, Svan Botman, Dan Bon, Target, Liveramento, Callum Wilson, Alexander Isaac, Antonio Gordon, Trippier. Look at Abdul. Look at players. All this money they spend. Abdul, it's not up to. It's not all of them. It's not up to 300. Though. All this money is not up to 300. Though.
Mm,
Let me quickly look.
sorry, all those what?
All these players I just scored now. None of them is 300 million. None of them.
You mean Newcastle?
Yeah, no, the players they just bought. All the players
Ooh,
from
that Newcastle
Trippier,
what?
from
Okay,
Trippier
okay.
to Isiak to Target to Svan Bom, Botman, who again? Liveramento, all of them, Bruno Guimaraes, Sandro Tonali is 80 million. That's a release clause. That's it. All the money they spend, everything is between 200 to 250.
That's what I told you that
And
mainly what they bought.
because they are trying to they are trying to build revenue. They don't have a revenue. And now them being the Champions League also could help them boost their revenue up.
I don't think they are desperate for revenue. They just want to build a winning team. You
I
know what I mean?
I also
I
think
don't think that. I don't think they're trying to. They're looking at it and say,
let
"Oh,
me quickly use the
let's."
washroom. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm back. Man, I enjoy Abdul when it comes to UCL. I enjoy myself today. I would not lie to you, man. I no go lie. I enjoy today. Abdul, you miss. You need to go and watch that light, Abdul. You need to go and watch that light.
See, man.
I'm not
See,
joking. You need to go and watch that light. I enjoy today. Today they play ball today. I enjoy myself. I've never enjoyed myself today when I was in UCL. Today I enjoy myself. Football was interesting today. Yesterday I was angry because it was boring for me. Yesterday watching Galatasaray and Co. Today, the way they dismantle PSG. Abdul, if you're a young kid who just get into football, I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Be like, oh my god, this one enjoyable football. 4-1, 4. It's not that Abdul, it's not that they won like a fluke one. It's not there's nothing like fluke. All the goals they score are very good goals. From Almiron to Van Boom, who scored the header, to who scored again? Who scored the third goal? To Longstaff, Donnarumma mistake, and Fabian Shea, golasso. That for me, that is the goal of the Champions League. That's the goal of the Champions League. Best goal of the Champions League from the midfield. That one a golasso. That one a golasso, man. Abdul, you miss. You need to go and watch it back. You miss, man. After this game, go and watch it back, man.
no, I'm happy enough with my Chelsea currently. I'm
Abdul,
happy.
football sweet today, man. Football sweet today. PSG, Abdul, PSG look lost. I've never seen PSG look devoid of information before. They look like they're in hell. The amount of time Newcastle are pressing them, PSG look lackluster. I'm not joking, Abdul. They look very lackluster. They look lost. For Marquinhos, who's making a dumb decision, making mistake upon mistake upon mistake. Skriniar, lost. Mbappe, lost. Dembele, lost. Manuel Ugarte, who I rate, Ugarte was deconstructed by Bruno Guimaraes, Longstaff, and Sandro Tonali. In the 75 minutes, Luis Enrique said, Mr. Man, it's okay. You have run your race. He said, there's an ending to everything. Get the fuck out of here. Go home. 75 minutes. They destroyed Paris Saint-Germain from minute 1 to minute 95. What a performance in the UCL. Wow. St. James Park. And their fans were loud today. I respect their fans, man. They were loud today. They enjoyed them. It's like having money now. Going to like a restaurant or somewhere. I just want to chill out. You get a drink, you just sit down, chill. You don't need to shout, just get drink. Carry your woman with you. Chill out. You don't need to shout. You don't need to let people know you have money. Just chill. Enjoy. It's called easy money and easy life. That's what they did to PSG today. They dismantled them without even shouting. That's a dismantle, man. Blue Eyes, give me your take, brother.
Hey, man. How far, man?
Blue Eyes, do you watch the match today?
Yeah, man.
Big up.
Hey, big up, man.
Blue Eyes, I beg, what happened today?
Good game, man.
It was a disconstruction today.
Yeah, I just have my problem is all these Chelsea fans. Like, I need to really have a discussion with a bunch of Chelsea fans, including you, Abdullahi.
What
This
happened?
Ugarte. Talk
Yes.
to me about Ugarte.
Blue eyes.
Nah,
Blue eyes.
that guy na Panta and Shimi now. That you
Blue
talk-
eyes.
Come on.
Blue eyes. I will not lie to you.
Come on.
I like
What?
Ugarte was
Hold
someone I
on,
like.
hold on.
Come
Abdullah,
on.
hold on. Why must everything relate back to Chelsea?
Eh?
Chelsea did not even play today.
I
Why do you
know.
have to relate everything back to
No,
Chelsea?
no. It's not. This is not related to Chelsea. This is related. I know. I said Chelsea, but I'm talking about the quality of the player. That's all.
Yes.
No. And the reason I'm
Blue eyes.
saying that,
Sorry to cut you
who
short.
watched the game today?
I watched the game today.
Who watched the
Sorry to
game today?
Abdul and Blue eyes. I watched the game today. Ugarte is a Blue eyes. He is a very damn good player. But today, he was swallowed. I won't lie to you. He was
Let me
swallowed.
tell you. Let me tell you what it is. I
Mhm.
wish Tosin was here. Tosin, if you're
Tosin,
listening, come
I've
on.
sent
Man.
him the link. Oh. I've sent him the
Tosin, if
link.
you're listening, come on. I want to chop it up with you, man. Listen,
I've sent him the
I'm
link.
gonna sound. Let me say something to Tosin. Tosin, if you're listening, come on up. Let's chop it up, all right, bro. Listen, you see this game today. It comes back to what I've been saying for the past 3-4 years, and it's gonna sound like a broken record. And Tosin is probably swearing now. It's just the quality of the leagues. You're dealing with one team that is as fit as a fiddle in Newcastle against another team that just has a bunch of Chiefs, Kings, right? So it's just Newcastle ran PSG to the ground, ladies and gentlemen. For those that didn't watch the game, Newcastle ran PSG. They ran circles around PSG for 90 minutes. Comes down to fitness, comes down to endurance. Yes, there's ability, but man, come on, man. Look at that. Look at the which goal? The one that Almiron scored. That first goal.
Bless. You know what it's called? You know what's called Temo? You know what's called Temo in FIFA?
Listen,
Temo.
it's not even how he scored the goal. It's the way they subsumed possession. They took possession away
Marquinhos.
from. The way
Marquinhos.
they took. No, it wasn't Marquinhos. It was who was the guy that hit the ball with his head?
No, Sandro Tonali.
Exactly. Tonali intercepted with his head, and then it fell to
Alexander Isaac.
Isaac.
He showed.
Exactly.
Then
And
Almiron
then
scored.
Almiron, very important.
Mhm.
The way Almiron finished that goal,
Mhm.
he calmed down, and he used he basically side-footed it from the instep. He
Yep.
curved it in. He curved it in. He didn't just hit it.
Mhm.
There was intent. There
Yep.
was precision. He knew where he wanted to put the ball. You can tell he was putting the ball there, and it went there.
Mhm.
So that's a statement goal. When you score a goal like that, that's audacity. That goal is like 2-0. That goal alone is like 2-0. That's why afterwards, I'll be like,
Yep.
it's like the whole thing just collapsed. They couldn't handle the heat, man.
Blue eyes. Mbappe. They keep giving Mbappe
And
one.
then no,
Blue
but
eyes, they keep him on the
I
play.
won't get too excited though, because no, well, the thing is, two players I want from that Newcastle side. If we behave ourselves as a Chelsea team, I know it comes back to Chelsea again. I like what's his name?
Bono Guimaraes.
No, I like Alexander Isaac. I know it's impossible.
I like him. I like him too.
And number two, give me that boy they call Longstaff.
Relax.
Give
Yes.
me Longstaff.
You like Kotokoto players. Stop.
Longstaff is my guy. I want him to finish this season first with Newcastle. I want to see if he can play that starting role number 8, number 6 for the rest of the season. Listen, Newcastle look good, but PSG didn't offer anything.
Blue eyes, I am surprised.
They didn't offer anything.
Mbappe
Ugarte
was lost.
Ugarte was garbage. Mbappe was just nowhere to be seen. The guy that really disappointed me is this guy that you want to bring to Chelsea as well.
Kolo Muani.
No.
Who?
What's his name? That came from Dortmund.
Dembele.
My goodness.
Dembele he missed a sitter today.
Let me tell you something about Dembele. Dembele is great at being direct, but he's got zero ability at being edgy. He has no edge. he's amazing at being direct. So he will rather hit the ball at you than put, in my opinion, no, I could be wrong, than put the ball away. He'll hit it with so much force because he can beat you and bring the ball into the box and hit that ball. But I don't know if he knows how to place the ball, man.
Blaise, talk to me about the fourth goal. Talk to me about that fourth goal.
Yo.
That is the goal of the season. That goal, Fabian Shea.
No, but he didn't even know he was going to score that goal. I respect Almiron's goal. Almiron's goal is the best goal of this week.
Fabian Shea, you didn't think he's gonna score?
No, I didn't think. It's like you see, he slipped, right?
Yeah, slip. Yeah,
and he did it with all his power. It just like anywhere Bele face type. No disrespect, great goal. But Almiron, that's what you call cold as ice.
Yep, I agree.
You have to be cold to be able to put the ball away in such fashion. He basically just slapped the ball. He slapped the ball, man.
I agree.
You understand? So, again, ladies and gentlemen, when people ask what is the difference between EPL and the rest of the leagues,
we know the difference.
There's a huge difference.
There's a difference.
When Sean Longstaff, hold on. When Sean Longstaff looks like Busquets,
imagine
Sean Longstaff, PSG couldn't hold it. They couldn't do anything with him. He destroyed PSG's midfield. Sean Longstaff.
Talk about Guimaraes. Guimaraes for me was a man of the match.
Nah, Guimaraes is okay. He's okay.
He was a man of the match today.
No, Sean Longstaff, man. Sean Longstaff. If you look at that midfield, Sean Longstaff is the engine of that midfield. Nobody wants to talk about him. It's because everybody, people are so predictable. I guess I'm predictable too.
Longstaff was good today, but I think
he's the stability in that midfield. Stability, and he's mean, man. And he has pace and size. If that guy is coming at you, it's like a train, man.
That's good. And that goal, that
goal is forcing now. Forcing goal now.
I blame Donnarumma for that goal. Should have saved that.
Donnarumma is in. Don't that big. That one, Donnarumma. That one, that goalkeeper. I beg, stop.
But Blaise, today I was surprised. But Blaise, I'm gonna ask a question because I asked Abdul. I was asking Abdul before. Do you think Mbappe has a problem with mentality? Because today it doesn't look like Mbappe will know. Mbappe look off today.
You can never tell. You see, the thing is, you can never tell whether somebody, in my opinion, I know people can. People have that expertise. But I don't think you can ever tell if something is mental or not. I guess you can. There's some signs. But in the case
of today, that was why.
In the case of Mbappe, right? Yeah. Mbappe is a king when there's nobody to be a king for. Right now, he's just a king in no man's land. Imagine that kind of responsibility. When you want to enjoy that what do you call leadership throne, you need strong men around you. You need big characters around you to be able to emerge as the guy. Right now,
Blaise, could you believe that he only has one shot on target for the whole 95 minutes?
Look at this team right now. Just look at the team right now. Who else is left in this team after Mbappe? I don't think anybody is left, man.
Kolo Muani? Nobody.
Come on, Kolo is a young man, young boy.
He's 25. It's the same age as Mbappe. Mbappe will be 25 in 2 months.
Yeah, but Kolo doesn't have the kind of experience that this guy has.
I agree.
Yeah, but Kolo just joined now. He just joined.
Exactly. He just joined. Exactly.
What of that Brazilian? Is it Brazilian Marquinhos? Is he still there?
Yeah, he's there. But again, look at how we are counting it, Abdul. See how you're counting it. Like you're thinking before you even count. You can't just before they were like at least 4 or 5. So at that point, iron sharpened iron. But now it's iron and cold water, man. It's iron and cold water. So right now, even if he wants to shake body, who is he shaking body for? The only way he's going to shake body is he has to come out as the man of the match.
Yeah.
He now has to outperform. So I like coming back to what you were saying, Abdullahi, he looked lost. But the thing is, Newcastle took the ball away from. They took the game away from him too.
Not even him, everybody. They took the move from everybody.
Right.
Guys, I was watching Mbappe today with my brother. My brother was asking me, bro, is Mbappe, did Mbappe get the red card? I'm like, no, he's playing. My brother went to go and watch. He went back and go and look at the lineup. Like, nobody get the red card now. Mbappe is playing in this match. He said, I can't find Mbappe. We need me to, I can't find him.
They took the game away from him really,
Ah.
really quick. That's why I say, sure, Longstaff, I want you to go and watch that game again, Abdullah, yeah? And go and watch Longstaff.
Wow, what a performance by Newcastle. Blast, I did not believe this result. Right. It's like this result is like I'm sleeping. I need to wake up again. 4-1, 4.
The agenda in me is always going to side the EPL, so I was very happy. I was very happy with the result. I was very happy with the performance.
Yesterday was even worse. Andy Onana mistake and Casemiro rubbish.
And then yesterday, man, Arsenal. I'm not sure what's going on with Arsenal. And then
Arsenal
number 2,
United lost.
Number 2, Mason Mount cannot be missing those kind of goals.
I won't talk.
Mason Mount cannot match, even though he had a fantastic game yesterday. Mason Mount was so good. He was so good yesterday. But you can't be just that miss alone. He finished at 4/10 at the end of the day. That miss alone took away everything.
Right, talk about Onana.
My goodness, I don't know where to start with Onana, man. The thing is, right now, they have a very brittle, they have a very porous defense. As a matter of fact, midfield and defense completely porous. So the force is coming through right now. The kind of attempts coming at Onana, right?
Mm-hmm. Any ball is a goal. Any ball is a goal. Any ball is a goal.
Remember that song, that last World Cup? It's a goal. Who did it?
It's a goal. It's a goal.
It's a goal. Yeah. I can't remember who did that song again.
I see. I'll go find it.
I love that song, man. Everything you touch is a goal. Everything I go.
It's a goal.
Yeah. So I think Zolumide did that song. Is it?
Yeah, Olamide.
Olamide. Sorry, Olamide did that song.
He did it for the opening ceremony of Nations Cup.
Yeah.
I don't know who's gonna do the one for Ivory Coast. I don't know. I'm hearing that it might be Whiskey or Davido.
Nice.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, man. Anything that guy touch,
it's a goal.
It's a goal, man.
United look
at the back of the net. So listen, I'm not sure what's going on with Arsenal. Now the Arsenal fans are starting to worry a little bit.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised with Arsenal though.
They're starting to worry a little bit because
I'm glad we said it. Bukayo Saka has played a lot of matches and that guy needs the rest. He's injured. He's out.
I heard he's out. The guy, man, they
realize so much. He's out of 87 appearances. He's played 83 appearances. Out of 87 matches, he's played 83 matches. He only missed 4.
Are you serious?
Yes. Wow. Yesterday, made it 87 matches for Arsenal. He's played 83. Wow. 83.
That's good though, man. Listen, that's good.
I know that's a lot of mileage, but that guy needs rest. It's not a machine now. Human being.
Yeah, but if you think about it, yeah, he needs. There was a time I was saying, why doesn't this guy rest?
This guy need rest. Now, human being, not be machine.
Yeah, but there's people that look. What about this guy? There's a lot of people. There's somebody else on that team has many games too. But Saka, that's too much.
And Saka was too much. It was too much.
No, but this is the reason why Saka is now world class.
But the problem they were having is they could not find someone that can compete with him.
No, Saka put the start. He set the bar too high. It's not about they couldn't find anybody. Saka set the bar high, and it comes with the territory. This is when people ask why is Saka world class. There's an answer for you, Abdullahi. How many games? Quote that start for me again.
87 matches for us.
And he played how many?
83.
And how many of them were starts?
Everything.
I beg
he only missed 4. He only missed 4 matches.
Exactly. So when people want to ask, what does it take to be a world-class player?
He only missed 4 matches.
Abdullahi, that's where they got it from that young players need games. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because if Phil Foden has had the same amount of game, you will have rated him more than you rate him now.
I agree.
Absolutely.
So it's not just a number of games like you play one here, you play two there. You have to go on an extraordinary number of games.
But the thing is, you have to be careful with that statement as well, because to get those extraordinary amount of games, like you said, you have to take it. You have to take the chance.
Yeah.
No,
And
no, no, you have to take it. It's not what they just offer you. You have
exactly.
to
So
you have to embrace it.
no. It's
Okay.
not about it. No. It's not embrace. No. It's not embrace. Abdul, let me just say something here really quick. Take it meaning is you come in, right, and you
Mm.
demand that you can play 83 out of 87 games. The coach has no choice. And in the case of Saka, every coach has chosen him.
Mhm.
You understand? Every coach has chosen him. So that is
Mm.
taking the opportunity. It's not like, no, of course, nobody's giving it to you. You're absolutely right, Abdul. But you have to take the chance if you want to get there. In the case of Saka, that's what he did.
Mm.
Remember, we talked about this before, Abdul, long time ago. He
Yeah.
came in as a left back,
The
as a
left back. And he
wing
played as a
back.
left wing back, then to a winger.
You know how many of our players at Chelsea would have dropped off the food chain with that
I
chance?
know one of them.
You know how many of our players?
Luis Vitor. They demand them. Demand
This
them.
boy came in from wing back, and from wing back, he was chipping away at it gradually, chipping Walcott, Waka, my guy,
Ozil Waka.
Wilshere, Waka,
Ozil
Ozil, Waka. This guy is still there.
Mhm.
So again, when people want to ask, why is this guy one class?
Alexis Sanchez Waka.
Waka. When people want to, the other guy that went to France, and what's his name?
Nicolas Pepe Waka.
Not Pepe. The other, even Pepe himself. What's the other guy's name that played as striker?
Like I said, I'm Aubameyang.
Lacazette.
Lacazette.
Aubameyang
Lacazette.
to follow.
Exactly. So I
But
think,
it's
yeah,
it's what he's doing is so difficult because it's what he's doing now that made people like Frank Lampard, John Terry, Didier Drogba establish themselves. It's not just a matter of you do it one season or half a season, or you do it a little bit and go and rest. This is actually what made those players legends, because for like 4 5 seasons they are on the starting 11, not
yep,
except
yep,
physically it's not physically
absolutely,
possible for them to
absolutely.
be on that starting level. On that starting 11 match day, their name would be there. And as you've said,
No be lie.
which English you use now? Collect, or what did you say?
Which one?
You use one English. When I say embrace, you say it's not embrace.
Oh, what did I say again? It's just like you have to take it. You just have to take it. You have to almost
You
take
have
it by,
to,
yeah, you have to take
yeah,
it by
yeah.
force. You have to
You
take
have
it
to
by
take it.
force. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like power. You know what I mean?
Thank
You have
you.
to take
Thank
it.
you. You have to
Nobody
take
will
it.
just
Yeah.
offer you,
No
say
way.
you are going to play whatever. No, 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 you have to take it.
Mhm.
No.
He took his chances though, and he earned his chance.
You see, and the guy now, you see how
Actually, yeah, Florence, you're right. That's the right English. Is to take it.
you have to
Nobody will
take
give
it,
you
man.
something like
Nobody
that
will
for
give
free.
it to you. Nobody will give it to you.
You have,
If everybody was able to do that and just try their best to take it, take
mm,
that chance.
Yeah,
And Saka took it. Look at now. The body of his work is
he's telling.
he's very sound defensively. So you're a stupid coach if you're not playing Saka, because at all, Saka will defend.
mm,
At
mm.
all. Even if he's not playing well, he will
Now,
defend.
now he's injured. Now that's a
Well, he'll
plus.
rest. Maybe it's another one.
That's when it's not physically possible for him to be on the pitch. But once he gets well, he will
Exactly.
come back and take it again. That's where
Bam,
the taking comes to
bam,
place.
bam.
Exactly.
Except you cannot physically do it. But once you're physically all right, that's when that taking comes to place. No matter who is there, he will come back and take it.
Another guy that
You know,
took his chance or his spot is Odegaard. Remember, he was in and out
Odegaard,
of
yeah.
that team for how many years? On
And
loan.
yeah,
on loan for Madrid, on loan,
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
back.
even though this coach gave him a chance, so you could tell he really had to kick down the door.
Yeah,
He had to for that position.
Mm.
and Odegaard is a baller. He is a baller, very good
Yeah.
player. Ode,
Ode Gragra.
He wasn't good yesterday, though. He wasn't good yesterday, but he's a
The whole
baller.
team was terrible, man.
He was a baller. I
Even
like
And
even Mm.
that's the only way you can become a club legend. That's the only way. Except you are super talented, like people like
and Blue Eyes,
Maradona, where you can just play.
your boy yesterday looked lost. Declan Rice
Declan
looked
Rice
lost
was
yesterday.
terrible, man. Declan Rice looked like a rookie in a Champions League. You can tell this was Declan Rice's first Champions League. You look, you know when you enter university first year, jam bite. You remember that year when you enter your head?
They'll do party for you. They'll do party for Jambad.
No, you know in your head you're thinking you're the guy now. You don't enter school. You don't know they don't
their
cast you.
father.
You're
Who
a
born
jam
them?
bite.
Who born them? Their father. Who born them?
Declan Rice looked like a jam bite yesterday on the field. I'm like, who is this guy?
You make me remember when I first entered university.
Of
When
course,
when we say my popsy buy me one very shiny wristwatch. But the way
yeah.
I was wearing that wristwatch. You would think it's the best wristwatch in the world. And then there was this guy living close to my room. Every time he walks past me, say like, "Oh boy, what's the time?" I go raise my hand, tell him time. I started thinking like, why is this guy always asking me time every day? The guy, the guy was probably thinking like, poor boy, small boy, he just entered university.
That's Declan Rice yesterday, man. Look
That was
very
Declan Rice. That was Declan Rice. He had the shiny watch on. He- that was Declan Rice. He had the shiny watch on, and he looked like a jambite. A jambite
Yeah,
with a shiny watch.
yeah. And it's so obvious you can recognize
You
them
can
like
just
jump
see from
bikes.
far. You can see jambite. You can see them from far normally.
You will know them. You know
No.
Sheshede. You know
You
them.
go know them.
New shoe, new
New
socks,
shoe.
new
The shoe will be
socks.
shining.
Yeah,
New wristwatch.
new resort.
You know this one a Jambite. This
You
one a
know
Jambite.
this.
This one will be our own. This one
Oh
will be
my
our own.
god. Chai. So that was Declan Rice yesterday. He looked like a
No,
jambite. Declan Rice looked like a jamba. He looked very ordinary. I don't know what happened. I'm shocked. I hope this is not the beginning of something, of a cascade downwards because they looked. But listen, we can't take credit away from Lons.
Lawrence was good yesterday.
Hi.
Oh, good yesterday.
They put together a masterclass performance.
Very good performance. Very good performance. They were good yesterday. Kim Black, talk about Paris. Talk about Paris and Newcastle. What did we just watch today, man? That was a good performance.
In the group, I said it. I said if these guys, I said they are getting suffocated, and these guys, Vilton and all these guys were arguing with me from minute one. I could tell they were getting Luis Enrique. Now I'm beginning to look at him
You see why
funny.
I don't want him in the summer. Where's Emmy? Emmy almost finished me in the summer. Where's I don't want Enrique. Emmy finished me. I was like, I don't watch Enrique because I know the kind of player and the kind of manager he is. Pass. Rely on individual players.
No, like I was just amused by, bro. You can see it from afar. If like say I will go get coaching badge, I have to get a coaching badge. It's because there are few coaches in the world. People just put them on a pedestal. Honestly, how can you see
Please
your
stop
team?
drinking whiskey while watching football. It's not good for you. Stop drinking whiskey.
Trust me, blue eyes, you can do better if you go and learn how to do all these things. They know they put head for ground, they do all these things with these people they do. Some of them are not even that smart. I'm telling you. When you see Lampard, can you tell me he's a good coach? If Lampard can coach, why can't you coach? Is it not the same football we've been watching for a long time?
Look at that.
You know,
Lampard is
it's the same football now. Everyone is watching, so there's a high chance that even a Nigerian coach might even be able to do better than some of these people.
Absolutely.
possible.
It's all
So,
about
like,
opportunity.
uh-uh. When I was watching the game, I was like, you can clearly see how your defenders were being put under pressure. You see how they line up, and you are on the sideline. How about you make a tactical change? instead of exposing Ugarte and that 17-year-old. Imagine 17-year-old midfielder to partner Ugarte, and you leave everybody in the attack. You say when you are getting peppered by almost six players. And this guy is threw at you. They threw at the defense and the midfield. Okay, oh yeah, we will press you high here today. We show you that Premier League will not rest. You people will not rest. Oh. You will not have rest of mind. I just left them. It left those guys for dry. I said it in the group. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle will score four before PSG wakes up.
You said it.
People said,
I remember you said it. I
I
remember.
said they will score four before PSG even decide to wake up at all.
I remember you said it.
And
I remember. I saw your
they
message.
kept playing the same way in their mind. I'm like, no problem. We know how to play tap, 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 tap. Give me, I give you. I will open them up. Maybe they didn't come to Premier League to see how a team can score 1-0 and then just defend for the rest of the game. Hmm. They pocketed Mbappe. Mbappe was looking like Amiro. He was looking like low budget. Thank
Amiron
God,
look world class, so Amiron look world class, so.
ah, some of these players in all this League One, all this Mbappe, all this. That's why I'm like, I cannot rate him that highly. I've always told Abdullah, I
Yeah,
cannot. You
that's
cannot
true.
play in
If
Premier.
you don't rate him, that's true. I agree with that one.
You cannot. I'm telling you, that's why I always call him Asafapu. Run, just push and run. You know, just carry me run, carry me run.
But
When
King
you come
Black,
Premier League
you know the funny part
and you
about
don't get where
King Black,
to,
you know the funny part about it today is Kylian Mbappe could not sprint today. I swear to he
why
could
you
not
want this sprint?
sprint.
You know
No, but
they
where
carry
you sprinting to now? That's what
the
King Black
pen,
is
the
Bryce,
the
Mbappe could not run. That
no,
is
because
no.
Mbappe
because
trademark.
He could
defenders, no
That's
EPL
his
defenders.
trademark.
could
No,
run.
no, Abdullahi, really quick,
EPL
King Black.
defenders are quick. They are
Yes,
quick. They are not sluggish like
that's what I
Italian
wanted to
defenders.
say. You read my mind.
This is this is why if you bring a defender from Ligue 1 or from Italian League, Baba, this is why the Premier League teams keep buying players from Premier League, especially defenders. They know that these guys are already quick already. Yeah, by default, they have even if championship is better than going to buy defender. Look at where we got this man. This man, it looks like a 70-year-old man when they came to Chelsea.
This
And the
has
way no, this one is better. Koulibaly, Kuli,
Security
Kuli.
man.
Is it in a security man? Baba, you push him on the run like this. The Premier League mad. Oh. It's all this Oli Watkins,
Koulibaly will
all
tumble.
this,
Slide
all
tackle.
this.
when you
Slide tackle. Blair was, you know, Blair was like, who is this guy that always do slide tackle with the first match? I'm like,
I was very concerned on the first day. I asked you guys the question. I'm like,
Blair
this
was
guy
asking me
I
the
said,
sliding all over.
this is what Blair did.
just,
Blair was like,
just one
you
game.
see
Oh.
Koulibaly that was
Blue
Blair
eyes.
said, I went to Cameroon
Abdullah,
to watch Koulibaly. I was like, is this a
Abdullah.
Koulibaly now?
One game, play 60 minutes. This guy hold him tight. Say, hey, where
And
are the wrong go for this country? They
defenders
can
can
run.
run, man.
Premier League,
Ah,
eh,
they,
before you know, brrr, brrr.
before you know anything, they don't run.
That's what I'm like.
But those
That's
guys,
why I'm
and the
surprised.
thing is, those guys want you to run. Premier League
Ah,
defenders are hoping
Premier
you
League.
run.
See, you saw this, what is it, Antonio? Ha! Those guys will make life miserable for you as a defender. All these guys, I don't know.
You see the guy
Is
that
someone
scored the
underrated
second goal. You see the guy that scored the second goal for Newcastle, Dan Bonds. Imagine that guy running
Dan
like
Bond? Dan Bond, with his height, six
Age
foot five
seven,
or
yes.
something.
Six,
You know,
six, seven, six,
you know,
seven, six, seven,
Blue Eyes. Imagine a 6'7".
six,
Imagine
seven.
Blue Eyes.
that's small forward,
Imagine,
the small forward in the
ima-
NBA.
bro. Imagine a 6'7" guy that can run. I don't care how fast you are as a 5'11". I do not care if a
That,
six
that's
foot.
that's King Black.
If,
King
if,
Black. That's King
if,
Black. That's why I'm laughing at Chelsea fans who are saying um Cole. Sorry, is it Cole, what's his name? Ben Chilwell should start ahead of Colwell. I say no way. There's a difference when a small guy that has the physicality is next to somebody that is tall and huge and has physicality.
You see
I
how
was
quick,
just
you see how
watching.
quick what's his name? Konate and Matip. These guys, they are 6'5", 6'6",
See those
and they
guys.
can run. Those guys, I don't care how quick you are as an attacker. Once
Those
there's
guys can
something they
run.
reach. You see their hands and their limbs and legs. Even if they cannot run like over a long distance, maybe it's defending job. Defending job is just within 30 meters. It's just within 20, 30 meters max. Just sprint. If you know how to sprint within those meters, it's over. I don't care how you are
You know, you know, you know, you know, you know
as an attacker,
what I like about this match
because
is,
you are going to be without the
you know
ball.
what
And
Newcastle.
me,
Sorry
I'm
to
going
cut.
to be without the ball,
You know what
and you
Newcastle
have the
did.
ball.
You know what
Who is
Newcastle
going to
did.
be quicker?
They did wanted to do that. I've never seen them did in Premier League. You know what they did? They said, Mbappe, don't worry. They give Dembele the chance to do rubbish, and he messed up. They did not even mark. They did not mark Dembele at all. At
Bro,
all.
if
They
bro,
gave him
you
chance.
those
They gave him
Newcastle
chance to do
players,
rubbish, and
eh?
that guy did rubbish.
See, those guys are scary. Ugarte, 5'9", and
Zaire
who else? All
Zaire
those that 17-year-old boy, that one 5'10". Baba at the Newcastle team, they are like
Bruno
basketballers.
Guimaraes, Tonali, long stop, whatever his name, long staff.
You would think they are going to war, or it's gladiator.
What
Bro,
of the
so those
goalkeeper?
guys,
What of the
they
goalkeeper?
just
What of Nick
and
Pope?
you,
Nick Pope
and you
is
know, and you,
6'6".
and you, and you know what's crazy is like the way the EPL players, maybe I don't know, maybe it's training over the years, and maybe it's just it's just the way they play. They get in your face.
Yeah.
They are very disrespectful. They
Yeah.
get in your face.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's different from tackling you or being rough at you. No, these ones they just badge you. You know when you are playing football and you go to five aside. It's not as if they are. It's not as if like they are so and people start badging you shoulder to shoulder. Like just you understand? Like these people are disrespectful in this place. Oh. And they were like, these small boys. Ah, they just they badge you shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder. We're
You
like,
know what funny? Okay, but you know what
and
funny
they are
thing?
taller than you.
You know
You'll
what
be
funny?
intimidated now,
When I was
especially
watching
for
the
You
someone that
see how
don't play
this
them.
boy, you see how big, you see how what you see how what do you call it? Menacing this guy looks. What's his name? This guy that Frank Lampard wanted to bring to Chelsea, and everybody was saying
Gordon,
no.
don't
Gordon,
mind them. Don't mind them. I was talking about
why should say
Gordon there.
Gordon? No, Gordon don't
That
grow again. No,
he don't grow. He
he
don't
be
grow.
like
He has
6'4",
grown taller.
6'5",
Yes,
man. Yeah.
he has grown taller.
Holy
Well,
smokes.
he's still young now. He never grow
Yeah,
finish now.
he's still
He's
stretching.
22, he's
Yeah.
22.
Oh,
Still
he's 22.
stretching.
Okay. The boy's like 6'4" or 6'5". The guy is
Yes, you know what makes me laugh today? You know what makes me
monster,
laugh
man.
today? Like, you know what
I
makes me laugh
believe
today?
Gimares is the shortest in that team. They are
Yes,
too tall in
Or
that team.
you
Almiron,
know what makes me
maybe
laugh today?
Almiron.
After
Or
after
Amiron.
Yeah,
yes,
one of
after the
them.
2-0 in the
Yeah.
second half, before they scored the third goal, I saw Mbappe walking. I'm like, he don't finish for this man.
Listen, if Mbappe is not scoring, I believe, and Tosi is not here to prove me wrong. I believe that if Mbappe is not scoring, not only is he not scoring, his team is leading. He's not going to be happy, man. Like based on production of the game. I'm
So
not
that
saying
guy is a spoiled. Aye, that guy, he don't spoil. I'm not sure he can reach his full potential. I think this is his ceiling, and it's
I
because
I agree.
it's because
I
of
agree.
the league he's been playing.
I agree.
Although I believe he could
get out.
still he
He
could
needs
still
to
show
come.
up.
Kim
He
Black,
needs to
it
go to
will be
Chelsea.
25 in December. He'll be 25 in December.
He needs to come. If that guy this, if I were his agent,
Hey, if they
I
carry that boy
I'll
to
carry him
Chelsea
to
right now,
Chelsea. Hi.
good boy.
That's the best deal ever,
Just,
man. Not because I'm a Chelsea fan, just because of how unorthodox, how left wing, how from nowhere,
yeah, he could
give you
pop
the
a shot. He could.
exactly, give you the feeling of newness.
Mm.
You just come new
And he
ground.
was really playing well. The thing about him is you cannot make him defend. That's the problem. You cannot make him defend. And in the new game, Baba, both the attackers and the
He
defenders
had to
are the
defend
same.
though.
Yeah, but is that working against him? Is it working against teams
It's
going after
not.
him?
It's
It's
really
not.
not. It's not.
There you
But
go. Yeah. Because I think his attacking impetus
It's too good.
supersedes
It's too
every.
good.
Yeah, it's too
Yeah.
good. Thank you.
Yeah,
Supersedes anything.
I
So
agree.
like, yeah. Overall, like I'm like Newcastle. Before the game, I'm like, how is this game going to pan out? My feeling was like PSG was going to be able to run rings around them. That's the bare minimum that I expected. But one thing I now noticed was the tactics was awful. The central midfielder Ugarte and the other guy, they were like 15 yards away from their defenders. I'm like, bro, and Newcastle, they just press it intelligently. They didn't like go high press that much. They just lined up five players in the middle of the park. So like in the opposition half, like while they were entering the PSG's half, they just lined them up on a straight line. So instead of pressing their defenders like that, they didn't really do it. They just did it slowly, strategically. So I thought like PSG was going to come compact, like, and play out from the back, you know, try to just frustrate them while they're pressing. No, you was just too. It was so rookie. It was so rookie. Maybe PSG, Enrique just managed it as if he was managing a regular league game in Ligue 1, and that's very dull. That's very dull of him.
And Kimbla, sorry to
You
cut you short.
you can't manage the league. You can't manage the
Thank God
league the
bless
way
his
you manage Spain
Kimbla.
national team,
Kimbla,
the
sorry
same
to
way
cut
you
you short
manage it
because I wanted to
English
say
league.
something because I was like, I have,
Lucho.
for me, I have to give credit to
I
Eddie
like
Howe for
Lucho.
me. I have to give credit to Eddie Howe for me because people doesn't rate him very well as a manager, but he's done a very good job. That guy has done a very good job.
No, he's done a good job. Oh. It's
Eddie
not
Howe has
easy.
done
Oh.
a very good job. Blue Eyes, it's not easy. Look at Blue Eyes. I was telling Tom before Abdul came in today, that squad is not up to 300 million euro. That Newcastle squad is not up to 300. He's done a very good job in that squad.
Yeah, but Newcastle going. Yeah,
Meanwhile, Opanka
Caicedo,
and and Casedo alone, he reach national budget.
no, but listen, if your Opanka behave himself and make mistake and play like he played this last game again, we might have maybe I'll consider having his file at the bottom of the desk. Maybe,
No, he ball out that night. I don't know
ah,
what he did.
bro, for boy
Hmm.
play, he ball.
Even Palmer. Hey, I know sure say I come to him after the match.
he didn't
Or
come.
I know.
He didn't show up. Yeah, he didn't show up.
Yeah, we
This
had
your
we
time. This is
yeah.
your American timing.
No verse, no verse.
Abdullah.
American time, no verse.
I don't
No
know.
be my fault. No be my fault.
Even even viewers know they see you live in a country that do not watch football. Number one.
I know. I know.
Number two, your viewers they know they watch football. They don't go sleep. If people in Nigeria they are sleeping now. UK they are sleeping now. So your jurisdiction is either okay, people we don't know you before or
Mhm.
America. America would they watch baseball. Now right now I say what they could they do. Who get time to come they watch stream?
That's true though.
So
My brother, man.
so
We will see. We will see a
the American
situation.
time now
Na,
wow.
American time.
na
Wow.
so football sweet, my brother, man. Na
Football is
so
sweet, man. It's
Uh,
waiting you want. And also, I want to say something. Blue eyes, mute your mic before what I want to talk. Mute your mic. Mute your mic.
why?
Mute your mic. I won't apologize yet. I want to see more.
Who?
Wait, let me land.
Oh, are you gonna talk about? Are you gonna? You want?
Let me land. Let me land. Let me land. I won't apologize yet, but I want to see more. I do. I've always been somewhere. I'm always very consistent when it comes to me kind of rating players. I don't rate him at all, but again, he's been winning me recently, which I'm kind of surprised about. 9 matches, 8 goals, and 5 assists. Wow.
Oh, Saint Jude. Ah, I know those.
Nine
I know those
matches,
stars. That's
eight
Saint Jude.
goals, and 5 assists.
That's Saint Jude, man.
Wow.
Isn't that my guy, Saint Jude?
Jude Bellingham is
Eh? I know those stats.
is impressing me. Wow. I
know
did not
those
believe
stats.
this. I did not believe this. I
Listen,
cannot believe this.
listen.
Bellingham? Wow.
I'm egg on my face. I was his first. I was his
Wow.
first
I did
hater.
not believe this. I didn't rate him. Oh. I don't rate
Me
him at
too.
all.
I was his first hater, but after that World Cup pass to Hendo, I'm like, this boy, they
Wow.
craze. I need to watch him again.
Wow.
After that pass to Hendo in the
Wow.
World Cup, I'm like, no, this boy, they craze, man.
Wow.
No, congratulations to Jude Bellingham. Abdullah, you couldn't have been any more accurate. I mean,
But can I ask an honest question?
yes,
Okay. Is it that is that influential on the pitch, or he just understands the system? What's it called? Mikel Obi once said in one of his interview
yeah.
that he came to discover later that some players actually understand the system, that there's a system to all of it, because a few number of times they play a game and they'll be thinking, oh, such and such played good or he played good. But then on Monday, when the analysis and the headlines are up, it's going to be a totally different person they're highlighting and focused on. Who is it? Because to be honest, right,
Mhm.
I like this kid. Number one, me, I just like him for say he has the confidence and the belief to say I can get around the Premier League and still make it to the highest level. I like him. But I've sat down and I've watched this guy critically so many times. I don't see what they say about him.
Let me
Forget
tell you
about the
what.
numbers. Forget
Let me
about the
let
goals.
me tell you what
Okay,
makes
the goals are good, and you have to
let me
give him
tell you what
credit for
makes you
it.
okay, let me answer the question now because you're almost answering your question again, Abdul. That's one thing about you. You ask your question and you answer it before you let us answer it. You asked a fantastic question. What was the question again, Abdul?
I
Please.
said, what what is it a matter that he understands? Is
Exactly.
he understands his system, the
No.
system,
You
or is
almost
he
you,
is
you
it that
almost
good?
answered it. You almost answered it. Actually, you did answer it. It's his personality. The guy is
Damn. Bless, sorry. No wonder he's getting injured.
what?
Who?
Since last year, he's been the only player that has played more matches for Arsenal Football Club. 3,100
What are you talking about?
matches. Bukayo Saka.
Okay.
He's played
Let
Yeah,
3,100
uh,
minutes.
Now Teta the kid that one. Now.
Send
3,100 minutes. Ahead
uh,
of ahead of Bernardo Silva, ahead of Jack Grealish.
No,
What?
he's playing more games than anybody. Than
Anybody?
anybody
Abdul,
in the world.
Okay.
Let,
Abdullah, send Oluwa the link. Sorry, yeah,
Okay.
Oluwa, yeah.
Yeah, Oluwa,
so
okay.
so about St. Jude. Let me just finish this thing about
Yeah.
St. Jude, Abdul.
Okay. Okay.
So in the case of St. Jude, right? You
Mhm.
ask why is it's his personality, man. The guy in a dog. He went in there and the team is playing for him. These are the things I look at. Now, I bet you Ancelotti's team sheet is Jude Bellingham at the top and the rest of the players behind him.
Beside him, like
No,
in
behind
fact,
him.
Bellingham impressed me. He impressed me. I don't rate him, but no. I
no,
have
No,
to.
the guy
uh,
is a composed. He's a
And
composed.
that goal he scored yesterday, that
Hi.
was like Vinicius Junior S goal. That was a
Yeah.
Vini S goal.
No,
I've
first
not
of all,
even
he has
watched.
he has
I've not
form.
even
He
watched
has
any of
form.
the highlights of
Oh no, the guy.
the
Oh
game.
boy, the guy. No, not only is he on form,
He has
he's
He's
technique.
technical. He's technically gifted.
He is good.
King
He's
Black.
technically gifted.
King Black is
I,
techie.
I, I, I never used to see him in that light for a while because he just did like person we want. He just did like very He just, first of all, he debuted. First of all, he be athlete at a very young age. He just get that built.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that alone was an advantage for him, and he was always fit too.
Mm-hmm.
So from a young age, he's already 6 foot. And at 6'3", I
Change,
don't even know.
change. Yeah.
So he looks built with his leg and everything.
King
And
Black.
his work rate,
You know the funny
and
part
his work
when
rate,
His
you're
work
being
rate is
coached
high. I don't
when
even
you're
know
being
what
his
his
work,
work
coached
rate
rate-
is
by
his
like.
your
work rate is
grandpa.
very high.
Ah,
He- Yeah,
His
he has
work rate
mentality.
is very
I
high.
like him.
ah. I didn't know. I didn't
And
even.
and as And lastly, for him, he's good in is he can play anywhere in that midfield too.
That makes
So that alone was good. And besides, well,
he said he's
it's
learning
good
from
for
the way he said he's learning from the way Luka Modric passed the ball. That is what
you
is
have to. Yeah, he doesn't
he
have
said
a
he wants
choice.
to
It's
refine his
not.
game like that.
That's have a choice.
He
He
said he wants
doesn't
to
have a choice. He doesn't have a
You have
choice.
to
If he
see. You have
wants to grow,
he said
that's
he wants to
the
refine
sit
his
trajectory.
down
game
and
like
listen.
Luka Modric. That's what he said.
But me, I don't understand the way he's getting goals and everything. I don't know. I don't really understand.
So
Maybe
his
it's because
timing.
of the
He
way
knows. No, he's
Ancelotti
good.
is
No, no,
It's the
he's
deploying
way
him,
good.
Ancelotti is
Let me tell
using
you
him.
why.
It's the
Let
way
me tell you
Ancelotti
why.
is using him.
No, the guy. Let
or
me
he,
tell you
he
why.
just has a high for goal naturally.
Yes, and his
Yeah.
timing, King Blank. His
Mm,
timing is exceptional. Go back and watch his clips. His timing.
mm.
If you didn't catch the games that you were able
Mm-hmm.
to watch, his timing is
I
second to
agree.
none. Like you will find out that most of the goals that he's scoring, by the time he's scoring it, it looks like the rest of the entire field.
Everyone is sleeping. Mm,
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, it looks like they've left the
mm,
field, man.
mm.
So I don't
He
know
has
what
the eye for. He has
Guys,
the
you
eye
know the
for a
funny part.
goal.
The funny part
he
is,
has an eye for goal, man.
guys,
Yeah,
the
you're
funny
right.
part is sometimes you might not see him in match. When you just see Jude Bellingham, chocolate go and assist, game over.
Saint Jude.
Bye bye. I'm
No,
not
no,
joking.
no, no.
No.
Saint
That's
Jude.
Abdullah. That's exactly what I'm saying.
You will
That
just see
Yeah, he
like
doesn't.
I
He
I
doesn't
don't
show up in
see
games. That's why I don't.
I don't see what people are writing about him and saying about him, because every time I watch him, I don't see it. Then okay, fair
Exactly.
enough, he scores the goals, but I don't see what people, and I've watched it. Now you guys have highlighted it. Next game he plays, I'm gonna go sit down and watch him.
you
But
have
I'm
to
gonna
watch
see
him.
more people. I'm gonna see more people doing. I don't know, man. I don't know.
He doesn't stand. He doesn't stand out on the pitch of
He
play.
doesn't stand out to
Honestly,
he
No,
does
he's not.
he
If
does
you're
not stand
looking,
out to
no, he
he
doesn't.
doesn't.
No, he
He
doesn't.
doesn't
Abdul, he
stand
doesn't
out.
stand out to. You
No,
know what?
no.
You know what I like about him is
That's
listen.
why I don't.
That's
You
That's
know
that's
what I
why I
like
not his
about
feel
him
role.
is
now,
That's not his role. No.
Abdul,
even
what I
though
like
I
about him,
respect the goals he has
what I like about
scored
him
and how he has.
what I like about him is when the match starts, you just it will be strolling around, jogging. When it's towards 35, 40 minutes, just give him the ball. You just see him go, assist, game over. Jude Bellingham, man of the match. Go home. It's like 8 o'clock, you clock in. 4 p.m. you clock out, you go home. That's
Saint Jude.
how is this guy playing football? I'm confused. This guy will just come into the pitch. You will just see him score goals and assist and go.
He can play, man. The boy can play ball, man. Oh, he can play ball. Let's be
But
honest.
I think he's just in the right place at the right time. Though, if you put Soboslai in that Real Madrid, he will
And
kill it too as well.
and
He will.
in black.
Nah,
Hey,
Somebody,
that
Dominic.
boy.
Nah, Dom, man.
Hey,
in black.
Dominic.
I think he
I
can
don't know
Somebody,
if
improve
Blue eyes they follow that boy.
game.
Hey,
guys, and
He's
again,
got
that
good
boy.
work rate as well. It's not just
Dominic.
about
That boy is the illest midfielder in the Prem, man. Aside Matters, Hey,
I
players do
asked,
that Premier League
listen,
now.
in black, when I first see the guy, I asked the question for Blue Studios. I asked
Mhm.
Give
Abdullah,
that boy work rate
just
too.
they
Hey,
put him aside. They're like, who? Salvo said they just move him aside. Now,
Mhm.
look at Donnarumma. I'm watching the highlights of that PSG.
Donnarumma is a Donnarumma.
They
I don't
play
know
you
how that
short,
guy. I
they
don't know
do
how
one
that guy
like
got that
Onana.
job. Them. Listen, that Soboslai, Dominic Soboslai, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Iranian player. Dominic Szoboszlai.
Oh, he's
Hey,
Hungarian,
that
sorry.
boy,
Hungarian.
Ah, he's
Hungarian.
Hungarian.
Yes,
Okay.
Hungarian, yeah. He's the captain
Ah,
of Hungary.
ah.
Mm.
Who is a legend from Hungary?
hungry.
Haji. Is it Haji Hungarian?
Is that Hungary or Egypt?
No, Haji. I think
different kind
Haji
of
is.
idea. Yeah.
No,
Is
Haji is
Haji?
Romanian now.
Haji is
Haji is
Romanian.
Romanian.
He's
Romanian.
Romanian.
Yeah,
The left back.
Who is
yeah.
There's a Hungarian legend.
Wow, PSG is so
There's
poor in it. I
as
watched the first half. I couldn't watch the second half. I'm just watching highlights of the
When
game.
black, the better
They
guy
look
was
like
last
they
season.
look like under they look like under 21
Oh,
players beside Newcastle. Newcastle are giants.
Kim Black, you are wicked.
Oh my
Kim
god.
Black, when you have 6'4",
They
six
did
five,
like under
6'6",
21.
6'7", what do
When
you
you
expect?
ask of Hungarian legend, I think Puska is Hungarian, if I'm correct.
Is it Puska? Is Puska
Yes, I think he's
Hungarian?
Hungarian. Yeah.
Pushka, yes.
yeah, I know they have
Utrecht
I know
used
they
to be
have one Hungarian global football
yeah, Puska,
superstar,
yeah.
but it's from the old days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 I think
That's
you're
from
right.
that's
Puskás.
long time ago.
That
Yeah.
boy,
Yeah.
Dominic Soboslai. when Liverpool were on to, I was like, Chelsea, you better go and sign the. I don't know what people are doing with Casedo and
No,
you
I
want
only knew
defense, kill
about him
yourself.
I only knew about him
Over go
after
and bring
Liverpool
an
bought him.
attacking midfielder. I've seen the boy play. Quick foot, quick legs. You
Ah,
don't cover this pitch. Tight space, movement, fast. They waste time. If you want shoot, he shoot. If you want cross, he cross. He could
Yeah,
do everything.
that's
Play free
another
kick.
fine midfielder.
He
It,
could
it
lay.
does
He could
remind
lay
me
off
of
the ball.
Valverde as well.
the guy is smooth, man. I asked when I
Very
first saw the
smooth.
guy
Very
like
smooth.
2 months. I'm like, who is this Soboslai? Everybody just
Very
pushed the guy
brave.
aside.
Baba.
But
Even
but hold on,
even
guys. Will
Club
you take him ahead
Club
of
made it.
Valverde?
Huh?
Will you take him ahead of
Who is
Valverde?
Yes, I
Valverde?
will.
Because
No,
he
I
no,
had
I'm
will.
don't say
because
that in black. Don't
I'll
we
say that
take
in
him
black.
over
No.
Valverde. Only that Valverde has
I've
a
never
goal in
Nah,
his.
come on, King Black.
I've never.
Like you always disrespect this young man. Why don't you like to give him credit?
He's not
He's
good
a good
enough. You
player.
saw this. He's not
No,
good
nah, come
enough.
on. Nah. He's
I'm
a
not
good
saying he's
player.
not good. He's not
Nah.
good enough. Most of
What?
these players are just
Wait. Did you say
yes.
Valverde is not good enough?
He's
Like,
not
come
good
on,
enough.
man. Nah, that's not good
He's
enough.
not good enough. Jude cannot come into
Okay.
your team.
No,
See,
no, no.
Jude
It doesn't.
cannot
No,
come
no.
into
Come
a
on. Jude
team.
is just having a good season.
Wait,
That doesn't mean
wait,
Valverde is
Yoluwa.
bad as well. Come
A
on.
new 18-year-old central midfielder cannot
Mm-hmm.
come into a team where you have been there for 4 years and still
Mm-hmm.
come and be shining you in that team. You are not good
No,
enough.
no,
It's
no,
simple
no.
as that.
See, okay. So you need to look at the overall picture of the game. Yes, he's getting the goals and assists, but that doesn't mean Valverde isn't doing his job as well. Like, come on.
Oluwa, if you're a central midfielder, for your country, for your club, but they move you to right wing. You understand? There is something wrong with your
No,
game. You
No,
are
no,
no,
not.
no,
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 no.
no,
They've
King
always
Black.
been
You
No,
are
no,
moving
just
King
right to
Black.
running.
accommodate
You are
coming and
just
No, no,
running
coming
King.
up
from
and down. That's why they believe you can
No,
play right
No,
winger,
okay,
and
King
they
Black.
no,
have
no,
to
no, no,
Now,
no,
play
no,
now
to
I
run
see
you
you don't
no,
down.
rate this man. No,
no, King
nah.
Black, King Black.
Nah.
Jude is playing. Jude is playing.
as
In
a number
place of.
10.
No, he's replacing Benzema on the pitch. It's not.
Exactly.
It's not in midfield.
It's
No,
more
The
advanced
no,
change.
than
it's
The
saying
change.
no.
he's
No,
doing
no,
an
no. It's
auxiliary
no,
midfielder.
no. As a number. As a number. Okay, as a number, is replacing Benzema, but they changed the formation obviously because it's not a striker.
He's more advanced
So
than any other player there, like
so
Valverde, for
he's playing
example.
behind. He's playing behind Rodrigo and
Vini,
Vini Junior.
Vinicius.
It's not in the midfield. It's not part of the
Yeah,
he's not
midfield.
exactly.
midfielder. Yeah.
You know.
So if you're just
But
judging him based on his
that's
goal, that's unfair on Valverde.
see,
Come on.
no.
Nah.
That's because he had the see. Just because he's playing where he's playing, Jude is playing where he's playing because he's capable of playing where he's playing. It's simple as that. If Avade could do the same thing, he would have been doing it since now.
No,
No,
but they
I think
wouldn't.
You get
that's a
what I'm
very
Valverde,
harsh
you get what
take.
I'm
That's a
saying,
very
Abdul.
harsh.
You
Let's
get what I'm
let's
saying.
let's go with
If
this Bavadi
if
stuff.
if Bellingham came into a team that Vavadi has been, and he has not even played behind the striker all these things before, even in his previous clubs,
Mm-hmm.
and they put him there and he's doing what he's doing, that's because Ancelotti has seen that this boy get eye for goal better
no,
than
but they play.
anybody that I have
No,
in
no,
my
no,
midfield.
no,
So
No. So
let
you're
me
telling me
no,
put him
Valverde
no.
doesn't
there.
have eye for goal? Like, come on, man.
No.
Like you're being unfair,
If
man.
they
But let's leave it like
if
that.
they
Let's leave it like that.
But it's just common
if
logic, though.
Leave it
It's
like
just
that.
no
common logic. Mm.
if the person I think the main person or the main player that actually lost out
Avadi
in the
is
midfield
playing right
is
wing now. He's playing right wing. Uh, he's been
Valverde
playing
don't
right
play.
wing for 2 seasons, so he's not good enough as a central midfielder. There's a reason.
You can't say that.
He cannot dictate the temp.
No, it's not because he's not good enough. It's just because
He
he's
cannot
versatile.
play
The
in the
question here
pocket.
is: can Chouameni play that right
No,
wing? No. Can Kamavinga play there? No. He's
Chouameni has
versatile.
his
That's why he's as
Chouameni.
versatile.
No, see Oluwa. Chouameni is a six. He's a defensive midfielder.
Okay,
We are
so
not
can
even
Tony
talking
Cruz
about
play
this.
that wing as well? No. But because of his
No,
versatility, they're playing him there to accommodate other
because
players.
he
If
can
he was not good
run,
enough, he would
because
be
he
on the
has
bench.
quick
You get
foot
it? If he
and he
was on
can
the bench, it's a
cross.
different case. He's not on the
Look,
bench. He's playing.
His skill sets are limited. And this is not negative of
Ah.
Avadi. I'm not
Okay, like I
disrespecting
said, I'll
Avadi.
leave it there.
He,
Like
he's,
it's not the first time we're having this
he's
argument about this young man. It's fine.
no see,
Because he's not good
but
enough.
at the end of the day, he's still not good enough to be a central attacking midfielder for Madrid and be key player. There's a reason why this guy is getting taken off the pitch, and Bellingham is still playing. Bro, Bellingham is just 19, and Valverde is older than Mason Mount. Mount is like 24, and Valverde is going to almost 25. Like, and dude is 19.
So Oluwa, give me your take on
It's not
your
a
take.
joke.
Because I want us to run it up with the World Cup stuff. But give me
I
your
take
take on
over.
the PSG versus Newcastle.
Oh, I watched the game and I was very, very excited for Newcastle. Like you could tell from the beginning of the match, the fans were backing them Newcastle, and it was great to see them playing the Champions League at home. Um, they had to play very good defensively. Fabian Shaw, what's his name? Is this Shaw? What's his name?
Yeah, Fabian Shah,
For
yeah.
me, I'll call him one of the match. To me, like his goal was very good at the back. Midfield as well. They played very good. They're very compact. I like the way Tonali, was very instrumental in the middle of the park as well. And at the front, player like Gordon was good on the wing, and these other guys that scored his goal,
How
Amarim.
many one?
Yeah. As a team, I was very impressed with the tactics and the way the tenacity of the game, the way they didn't give Man, I'm sorry, PSG respect. Kudos goes to the coach as well. You said something previously like,
Yeah.
people didn't rate Eddie Howe.
Eddie
That's
Howe a
not
lot.
true. People did. Don't forget the job he did at Bournemouth. He was a very good coach as well. Ever since he came to Newcastle, he's been doing fantastically well. You also spoke about integrating different players, and they're all doing. Most of them are doing pretty good. So that
Yes,
tells me
yes.
the quality of his ability as a coach as well. So for me,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, it's really good time for them there. Most of the players are coming in and they're doing their own part of the job as well. So it's good to see.
And
No-
there's togetherness in them a lot, which are they are
Oh yes, absolutely. The fans, look, they have one of the best fans in England.
in
Fans,
England for me. St.
yeah.
James's Park.
It's a
That
very
place, that
crazy
place
place
is
to
a
go play.
fortress, man. That place is a fortress.
Yeah,
Ah, the only two teams that have survived there is Man City and Liverpool. The
yeah. I
rest
think it used to be called Sport Direct. No, no, is it Sport something Direct? I can't remember before they changed the name to like I can't
are
remember.
sport
But
direct before they send
yeah,
you to St.
so
James.
like that ground has always been a place where we go there and
Ah,
struggle.
my God, that
Even
place.
back in the days as well. To be honest,
Yeah,
I do
that
recall
place.
them.
I remember Chelsea then. I don't know if you guys know this guy, Papis Demba, man. Papis Demba Sisian.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
my
absolutely. The guy
God.
wants to
Oh
kill
my.
check. The guy wants to
I don't
destroy
like
check.
playing Newcastle. Ha!
Yeah, like we always
Demba
struggle
Sisi
against them.
Demba Ba.
We
I
always
don't like
struggle
playing
against
the both
Newcastle.
of them, man.
He came to
Chai!
Stamford Bridge and he destroyed Peter Check
Oh
twice.
my God, that guy he sent Pechatek back to Czech Republic. Ah,
Anyways,
Who you
like just
guys
to
talking
wrap up.
about? Who is that?
Papis Demba Sisi, Newcastle.
Yeah, they've
Oh,
always had they've
of
always
course.
had this
Blaise,
strong black
that
African
stadium
players
is a
that come and
fortress.
do well.
Chai. No, that's St.
Even
James's Park.
even the late great Cheikh Tiote.
Check you.
Aye.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. It's good.
Ah,
Then Babar as well.
Demba Sisi too. Papis
Even
Demba Sisi.
Obafemi Martins when he was there, he did well
Yes,
there in his first
Martins.
season
Yes.
as well. Like Newcastle, like
Shola Mobi.
Chola Mobi.
good, good.
Shola Mobi,
So
man.
like in
Shola
general, for
Mobi.
me, I was very excited for them. Like PSG was, I don't know what this Enrique was doing.
Oluwa.
All the new
What was
signings,
I did not
Mbappe,
see
I didn't
Mbappe today.
understand.
You know
I
what?
didn't
You know
understand.
what they keep
Martinez
giving
as
Mbappe.
well.
You know what they keep giving 1/10.
Nah, it wasn't. It was just there. I wouldn't say it wasn't. Nah, he was just there. Nothing spectacular from him.
Mbappe was just
Yeah.
walking.
But
Mbappe
like
was
to be
just
honest, you said something about having egos in that team. Which ego other than Mbappe? I don't see any ego for that. Sorry.
for me. That's no, nobody have big especially except
Yeah,
him.
because the players they are pretty much young. The guy from Portugal,
Yeah,
the
Gonzalo
striker
Ramos.
there, he's young. The
Yeah,
French guy that signed,
Kilo
Mr.
Muani.
He's
Yeah,
he's also young. The
yeah.
Ugati, like which ego are they coming in with? I don't understand.
I'm talking about because what I seen in Mbappe is Oluwa, what I seen in Mbappe I think he's playing because he knows he's gonna get a lot of money. He knows he's the main man there. He's playing with a lot of ego in him. Where I'm like, okay, I can understand you're playing with ego, but
Mhm.
again, he's playing, and I think his head is not in this project anymore. He wants to leave.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't. I don't know, but like I don't
His
watch.
head
I
to
haven't been
leave.
watching the French league, so I can't say much. But it wasn't inspiring. It was just there, like I said, nothing to speak of from his game today. But like kudos to Newcastle. I was very happy for them as a team, as a club.
Ah,
They're leading the group now with 4 points. You
4
saw what they
points.
did. You saw what they did in Milan as well. They almost won that game.
I almost won
I
that
still
game.
feel they'll go out. They're going to qualify from that group. I have the
Mhm.
confidence in them.
Because if they beat Dortmund next, and I don't know what's gonna be the scoreline.
The performance at home is what is going to help them.
Yes, yes.
You
And
know,
I think if they can beat Dortmund, their next Champions League match,
yeah, they
let's
stand a
see.
very good chance. You know,
It
very,
stand a
very
very
good
good chance.
chance.
And it will be easier for them because if they finish first, they can easily meet people that finish second. Very easy team.
It gives them a very high advantage from a
Advantage,
mentality
maybe
point of view.
quarterfinal semis.
I don't know who they're playing next. I think it's Dortmund, right?
Dortmund, yes.
So they're going to see them. What's it called?
They are going to Signal Juma Park.
Not Doma. What's it called? Yeah. So probably if they get a draw there, man, I'm going to put
Or
them at
even
the
a win.
top.
Or even a
I
win.
don't know about a win, but they can go there and win. To be honest, like it's Newcastle. Like a lot of people are narrating them, but look, they called that team the Dark Horse, or what do you call the group of death? Sorry.
Yeah.
But I think they're actually living up to people. They're living up to what to expectations from their own point of view as a team.
Yeah.
In terms of coming up with all the passion and anxiety as well.
The
Coming to
only thing, the thing
English team.
that will let them down is the squad because they have a very thin squad.
a very thin squad, right?
Yeah.
That's true. But at
Wilson
the
is
same
out.
time,
Who again? Somebody's out.
very a
Joel
very
Linton is out.
slim squad. I wouldn't say that's slim, to be honest.
No, that's what the outside they said is a little bit worried with the squad because their team.
Because of that, they don't have the squad depth, right? Like,
Yes, he said it's a
but they
little bit.
have they have key players, good players coming and
They are injured. They are injured.
like Wilson didn't play today.
Yeah, he's injured. Joel
Yeah.
Linton is injured.
Jolinton, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Van Botman, their central back, is also
He
injured.
didn't play today as well, right?
Yeah, he's injured also.
So you can see what the players that came in, they came to play well as well. So
Mhm.
that's the thing about unity as a team.
Yeah.
It's not about the way we go about our own team. Oh, this James is out, so we can't play well.
But guys,
I'm not sure Trippier played today, but I'm not sure.
He played.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, sure.
He was number 2 today.
Cool.
Yeah. And I also like their keeper, Nick Pope. I like him too.
Pope. Sometimes he does have a good game. Sometimes it's weird.
Yeah,
but-
sometimes he like
This is
I'm
weird.
like sometimes he has a bozo moment. Sometimes he has like I'm like fantastic game. I'm like, what is going on with Nick Pope today? Today he play well. Tomorrow he doesn't play well.
Yeah, that's his game. Like that's Nick Pope for you. So, well, it's all good. I think they're one of the. It was Man City. The two English teams lost yesterday, so the two English
Oh
teams.
my God. Oluwa Onana was my name.
Okay, I don't want to go into that today because I remember I was saying it with the
We
Man
need to
United
go into
fan.
that. We need to have that
I was the
discussion.
time I was asking the Man United fan on this platform. I was asking, how is Onana an upgrade to David De Gea? He said because he can pass the ball. I'm like, guy, I don't get your point here. There's no way Onana is an upgrade to David De Gea. No way. Forget about his mistake. Regardless of his mistake, he's not a better goalkeeper than David De Gea. No.
I agree.
If you remember, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about it as
With
well.
Chimera and them Chimera.
Yeah, the Man U fan was telling
And
me,
Tom.
"Oh, Nana is a, he's just looking excited because he's a new goalkeeper." I don't. For me, it's nothing about his mistake. There's never a time he was better than David De Gea. Never a time. Never. Even when it was Ajax or in time, it was never a time. So I don't understand telling me he's an upgrade. He's not an upgrade. Yes, you might want to let David De Gea leave, but don't tell me he's an upgrade to David De Gea. No.
And
Well, it's really sad times for United. I don't know who's worse. Well, we're getting better gradually. So they've lost two Champions League games in a row now. Like it's never happened.
you lost.
Yeah.
That's poor, man. Back to
It's more
back.
than poor. It's more than poor.
And
Not a
the
fault.
funny part about Galatasaray were trash. Yes, they were trash.
Yeah.
They were bad.
Like I don't know where. Honestly, I can't pinpoint. Okay, what was your take on Mason Mount as a player?
He was
I
very
feel
good
for that
yesterday.
young man.
He
I
was
feel-
very good yesterday.
The
He
problem
was
about
very good.
wait.
He was very good.
The issue I'm having
I
with
feel
Mount-
for him because like it's
Apart
not
from
just working for him.
that
because,
miss was terrible. He had a
Yeah, but
terrible
I think
miss.
the issue I'm having with Mount is very simple. I think it's Eric Ten Hag and Mason Mount decision making. And I think the reason I said that is
Yeah,
because
he had a chance. He was wayward. He
Because,
didn't work
yes,
target.
his decision making, I
Yeah.
consider that, because I say the same thing in Chelsea too. His decision making is very poor, and he
Yeah.
needs to work. It's 24.
Yeah, he
needs
needs
to
at this
work on
point in time. His technicality is also questionable as well.
Yeah, his decision making, I don't like it because that has been his issue in
Yeah.
Chelsea. He
After
hasn't changed it.
That miss really put a like I'm a huge Mason man. Mitch is my guy.
I know, but
that
Yeah.
miss-
he missed a
His
sitter.
drop is falling off the pecking order. even in
Yeah,
England. As well.
that miss really. I didn't like that. I'm like, are you sure this is Mason? Like something's off.
Like King
Like,
Black said as well. I think he picked Gallagher to have a higher ceiling than him.
of
Well,
course,
you're seeing it.
Gallagher is a more. Listen, Gallagher is a more.
Right?
Yo, that
You're seeing
Gallagher
it.
is a utility player.
You're
Utility,
seeing it play for England as well. It's being called for the national team.
of course. And
Mason Mount is just
yeah,
is just dropping in terms of value. Is
yeah.
it's dropping. I don't know.
Well, how do we finish United to pay 65 for him?
Well, he's English. What do you expect? And also, he
That's
thought was a
what do you
golden boy.
mean? What do you mean with Finance United? We
Yes.
paid 120 million for Banker. What are you
It's
talking
just
about?
like for Kai Havertz as well. He's
Yeah,
also
like
struggling
What are you
at
65
talking about? Abdul,
70 million for
Abdullah,
player.
what are you talking about? Yeah, but we paid 120 million for Banker. You think
Opanka
he's
is a
worth
World
100?
Cup winner. Bula
Yeah,
is a
Do
guy.
you,
but like
but
Opanka
do
is
you think he's worth? Do you think he's worth 120 million?
right
No,
now.
Let's be
No, he's
fair.
not. He doesn't
no,
worth the 120
Exactly.
for.
So calm
he
down,
doesn't.
everybody. Hold your biscuit, I beg.
But I wouldn't say he's been worse than these two players, Kai Havertz and Mason Mount. Yes, he's struggling, but at least you still see a little
He's
bit of
at the same
quality from
level.
him.
He's giving us the same levels that Mason Mount has given.
No, I would say he's
No,
done slightly better than those two.
it's better
You
than
think
them.
so?
Bula. Yeah, he's
He's
done better
had
than them.
he's been very instrumental in our team, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, that's why there's been a lot of
And I
losses. You're
think, and
right.
Blue Eyes, to be honest, I
That's
think
right.
some of the games we played as well, we didn't lose those games because we're not good enough. Sometimes we
No,
didn't
but
have that luck. I remember the game against West Ham, for example. We were very
Yes.
unlucky.
Mhm.
It wasn't because we got outplayed or anything. Did you get me? Like, so sometimes I wouldn't just say it's been bad. Yes, he missed the penalty, but he didn't have a bad game in general, other than
But
missing that
against
penalty.
Fulham, it was very good against Fulham.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
More than good. It was.
that
It
was
Yeah.
was
that was
everywhere.
a
I
classic
love
game.
the
That was
attitude of the
class,
player. I hope going
classic
into the
game.
next game, we're going to go with
Classic
that same
game,
attitude
man.
as well.
I
We
was like,
played
is this
Burnley, right?
Opanka? Is this Opanka? I'm like, no, this is not Opanka. Are you serious?
Yeah.
What makes me laugh is when Blair just came, Blair started sharing, sharing joy, giving everybody money about Apaka. I'm like, Blair, wait, you that you always bash Apaka. I'm like, why are you spreading love to my boy?
Yeah, because give credit to where it's due. That's why.
You have to, man.
Yeah,
You have
for
to.
sure.
I was shocked. I didn't know he had that kind of game in him. And me, like I said to you, what I really enjoyed about his game yesterday was he was animated.
Yeah, and also you have to give kudos to players like Conor Gallagher as well.
I didn't even talk about Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher
Gallagher
is
was
a
good. I know a lot
he
of
was
Chelsea fans
good.
don't like to give him his credit.
He
I don't
was
know
good
why.
yesterday.
He was the
They like
best
to
midfield.
capability.
He
And
was
for
man
me,
of the match. Man of the
he
match.
wasn't the man of the match. It was
Why?
Moses Caicedo was the man of the match.
No, Gallagher was man of the match.
Yes, he was the man of the match they give for me. I would have given him Caicedo because Caicedo covered a lot of ground for me.
Caicedo tried, but oh boy, the
He
way
did a lot.
Conor Gallagher played in a position that is not his own. He played
Yeah, but
better
you
than.
know why I said Caicedo? Because when they brought on Ugochukwu, that was when Caicedo went for. Caicedo was playing as a single
But
six.
Conor Gallagher played as a 10. That's
Yes,
not his position. Everybody thinks Conor Gallagher is the guy that
for
is
me, he's a
always.
number 10.
No. Nobody thinks of Conor Gallagher as a 10. So let's calm down. Conor Gallagher gives us more in attack than Enzo.
Enzo, I agree.
So everybody should calm down with this Enzo
I
hype.
agree.
Conor Gallagher is more important than Enzo. in
Gallagher
the
has
attack.
he's got the legs. He's
Of
the
course.
tenacity. You gotta give him. We
Gallagher
say
is
Mason Mount runs. You can cover ground.
yeah.
Gallagher does it better. That
He
guy's
does it
got
better.
more in him,
He
man.
can run,
Ooh.
covering everywhere.
It's just about running. He knows how to press. He's aggressive. That's the right word to use.
And you can tell, one thing I like about Conor Gallagher is what you can tell he listens to the coach.
He does. He does.
You can tell he's a coach's boy because you see what the way he played against Fulham is a new repertoire to his game.
What I just
against Fulham,
what I
because
want from
hold on, Abdullahi, hold on,
Yeah,
hold on. Because
Mhm.
against Fulham, the reason why he was man of the match was because his first touch was untouchable. As soon as he touches the ball, it puts him in a position where he's running at the defense. His first touch was just world class yesterday. That day. When did we play that game? On Monday, right?
on Monday, yes.
On Monday, yeah. So again, long may it continue. I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know. Long may it continue, man. There's a lot of work to be
I
done.
think even Gallagher said it that Paul told them before the match that the three of them, the three midfielders needs to play together. None of them must be far away from each other. So it was supposed to, it was not a 4-2-3, it was a 4-3-3 where Enzo, Caicedo, and Gallagher were playing very close to each other. He said the coach told him Enzo and Caicedo that you guys must not be far away from. You guys must be very close to suck the Fulham midfielder and make them lose a lot of concentration and a lot of mistake. That's what they said. They all play together. But if you watch it on Monday,
No, I didn't think they played. They were close.
They said that was what Pochettino told them. He said him and Enzo with Caicedo have to very close with each other. They must not be far away. He said it. He said they must not be far away. He said Poch doesn't want them to be far away. He wants them to be close. So he said they tried a new formation yesterday, which is 4-3-3 instead of 4-2-3-1.
No, but if you watch the game, I don't know if you watched the game.
Okay,
if you watch the game and you look at the midfield there, Conor Gallagher was the only guy that can connect the midfield to the attack. He was the only guy. And Enzo tried on a couple of times. Enzo looked like he's training with Usain Bolt too. I see Enzo booking 100 meters senior boys. I say, see Enzo.
There was one pass he gave Palmer. I don't know if you knew that pass.
Yeah, I saw that pass outside boots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cole Palmer too was. Sorry, you said something about connecting the midfield and the attack. I think it's Cole Palmer for me.
It's Cole Palmer.
Of course,
Yeah.
Cole Palmer is the guy, but he.
Sometimes as fans we panic sometimes. Oh, why did you sign Cole Palmer? So gradually we're beginning to see quality from the young man.
He
is great, right?
I like him a lot.
Bolua,
for me,
I want
him to play as a number 10, not as a wing. I don't like him as a wing.
So if he plays as a 10, the problem there is who now plays on the right? That's the question.
Sterling or Madrid.
No. He can play on the right and drift into the 10 once in a while.
Yeah. I like it.
So that accommodates players like Gallagher and maybe Enzo in the midfield and
exactly. I agree.
That guy is so intelligent.
He can play on the right. He can also drift into the 10 when he needs to. So they can alternate the formation there.
No. But the thing is, okay, we as fans need to be very careful because when Abdullah said he's playing on the right, Oluwa he said no. No, sorry. When Abdullah said he plays as a 10, okay, and Oluwa said who plays from the right? You said Sterling. Oluwa, you said and then Oluwa said no. The no you are saying is because that's not what you want to see. But we all know it's very difficult currently to put Raheem Sterling on the bench.
He was put on the bench in the last game.
I know.
Look,
I'm not saying it's
don't get me wrong.
No. I'm not. No, it's not an attack on you. But what I'm saying is, okay, we still have to be cautious of. No, we still have to be cautious of our reality. Our reality is, if Nkunku was fit and ready, we know Sterling is a bencher, almost a bencher, or permanently a bencher. Okay, but our reality is, Raheem Sterling is still one of our best attackers.
Oh, I do agree. When it comes to scoring,
either you like it or not,
for me
currently as we stand now.
Yep.
So the thing is, the thing is, currently as we stand now, the probability that Sterling will be starting is very high.
The next game,
generally, as we stand now.
Yeah, but the truth is, right now his form is not good, so he can still stay on the bench.
You can say his form is not good, but it's like what he brings to the team.
It's still the
currently
same
as
thing.
we stand.
He's not bringing much to the team right now. I know on the long term he will score a lot of goals, but right now he hasn't been bringing much to the team. So there's no point.
I understand that. No. I understand that.
I do like Sterling. Just to correct that. Just let you know that as well. I like Sterling. He's one of the highest goals. One of the guys that will score goals for us come the end of the season. So for now, he's not playing good. You got to sit on the bench. Let players like Palmer, another player.
No, he's not playing good. Okay, but irrespective of what Sterling does or his output, okay, he is also always going to destabilize the opposing defenders. He's going to destabilize them. He's going to be running left, right, center like a mouse, and he's going to get them thinking and preoccupied. You cannot take that away from Sterling. We know he's going to miss. He's not going to complete his dribbles. He's not going to complete his passes. But he brings something different. Okay, just like the way Modric is at the moment. You can say he has no first touch, he has no second touch, he has no fifth touch, whatever. Whoever he's facing, that guy is going to run that day. He's going to run out of his lungs that day. We know that. Okay, so that's what Raheem Sterling is currently as we have him. The problem with Cole Palmer is he's just new in the team, but because of his high IQ, he doesn't even he looks like he's so at home playing in this team. Okay, but I still don't think he's strong enough to be starting. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think he's strong enough currently to be starting like 3 games in a row for us. But I don't know. Okay, because the last time I looked at him again, he looked stronger than the previous time I saw him. So we are still getting to learn the team. Just like they are still getting to learn each other.
To round up with this one, guys, the 2030 World Cup has been announced. Morocco, Spain, and Portugal will host it in 2030 World Cup. That year will be the year the FIFA World Cup will clock 100 years on head. So what's your take on the FIFA World Cup?
It's confirmed?
Yes, it's confirmed, yes. Morocco, Spain, and then Portugal will be the host nation. 2030. And that will be
2030, I heard it's like in three continents and 6 countries or something like that.
Yes. So that will be the year World Cup will clock 100 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Since its existence into the world. That will be the year it will clock 100 years.
Which country from Africa? Is it only Morocco?
Only Morocco, yes.
Okay, so it's going to be Morocco,
Spain,
Portugal, and then South America is going to be
Spain. No, South America and Spain.
No. It's 6 countries.
No. Yeah. Morocco.
It's 3 continents and 6 countries. So in Africa, it's going to be from Morocco. In Europe, it's going to be Spain and Portugal.
Argentina as well, I think.
Argentina.
And then it's going to be Argentina, and then who? There's 2 other countries.
And Uruguay is part of it.
Okay, Argentina, Uruguay, and which country?
I've forgotten that. That's what I can remember. So 3 countries.
Yeah, I can't remember the last country as well.
I can't remember the last one.
Because
Spain and Portugal are pretty much close to themselves, like Morocco as well. So
they're just next. They're all just next to each other.
And again, it is confirmed again. 2027 African Cup of Nations, Morocco will host it.
Wow. So where's Nigeria in all this? I don't get
no comments.
Doesn't matter.
No,
basically Morocco is
tournament. They will the African 2027.
Okay, so they're going to use that to prepare for the World Cup.
They want to prepare for the World Cup. God bless you. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Morocco was in 27 World Cup and 27 African Cup of Nations.
AFCON, okay.
Yeah.
That's a thing. Wow, that's 4 years time.
Yeah, there will be.
There's an AFCON this coming like a couple of months from now, right?
Yeah, there's AFCON in Ivory Coast.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
We'll be there. Your
guy is gonna be there.
I'm not traveling over there.
Your guy is gonna be there.
Don't worry, we'll do watch along and post, man.
Did you hear what I said? I said Osimhen is gonna be there.
I know. I don't want to swear. Nigeria.
Okay, he wasn't there the last time around. Yes, he got injured.
I don't want to swear, please. I have. You guys are making Osimhen. You guys are making me come back to watch Nigerian national team. Please, I beg. The last time I swear was in 2006, where I told my daddy, me and you, I'm turning my back to Nigeria. I was like, why? I clock out in Angola 2006, and I don't want to remember that Angola 2006 again.
Oh, I think I recall that. I do remember.
I do not want to remember Angola 2006 again. I don't want to remember it again.
That's when Manuccio was playing for them.
Damn, I don't want to remember that. Please don't remind me, please. I beg.
That was the year that Michael Emmanuel Adebayo got ambushed.
Was it that year or 18 or 08?
No,
I don't. I'm not sure that year. I think it should be more than.
No, it's 08. It's 08.
More than that year. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Remember 06? They went to the World Cup in 06.
The Togo, yes, it was in the World Cup. Yeah, you're right.
They went to the World Cup.
They went to a World Cup. No, but they went to AFCON a year before the World Cup.
Angola 06.
No. 08. After. No, hold on.
You better check.
Let me. Angola. I know.
Which year did they host it in Angola? Is it Angola?
Yeah, Angola.
2010, yeah.
Africa Cup of
2010,
Nations.
yeah.
Angola.
Yeah, Emily Sky, yeah, it's 2010.
2010. Okay.
Yeah, that's the year they got ambushed.
No, it's not 2010. Check. It's not. Check.
Oh, no.
Not
2010 is the
2010.
World Cup.
Check.
No. AFCON.
Let's go.
AFCON was
Encyclopedia.
06. AFCON was 06. Angola 06.
Oh, Angola 06.
Yeah, Angola
Yeah,
06
that's
was
what I was
Africa.
saying.
That's
06.
exactly what I was
Oh,
saying. Yeah.
Yes, Angola 06.
Because the Togolese, remember, they were supposed to fly to Angola. They decided to drive.
Yeah, they got
Angola
ambushed
06.
on the road. Yes.
On
Exactly.
the road, on
They
the
got
road.
attacked.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
It was
decided
Angola
to drive
06.
through Congo because they wanted to do scenic view.
Yep.
And they drove through the mountains, through the back of Congo,
Got
going
attacked.
to Angola for that game. They wanted to do tourism.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the year
Angola
they went
06.
for the World Cup. Wow.
Yeah. That was when I was like, adios to Nigeria then. But this time around, I beg Oshimen, I beg.
It's not just about Osimhen. It's the
All
team
of
as
them,
a whole.
all of them. They should just turn up. I'm not doing a watch along and then post my start swearing on the show. I'm gonna get pissed off because I don't like that.
Gonna get pissed off.
I don't want to get pissed off.
I like this Boniface boy, man. I like this Boniface kid.
I like him too. But
what about the guy that plays for? Well, we have a couple of attackers that are doing good now.
Yeah, they bought. Have you seen the new squad for the friendly match?
Like the new squad, like the team.
Yeah, against South Arabia and.
When are we playing that?
On next week. No, upper week. South Arabia and Angola and Mozambique. They bought in a new squad, a new defender, a new goalkeeper, and I think 3 attackers. If I'm not mistaken, Boniface, Oshimen, Awoniyi, Kelechi,
and Gift Urban.
No Gift Urban is omitted.
What about the Murphy guy? The guy that plays in
the Tyrell Murphy, yeah, Murphy is in the squad, yeah. Murphy is in the squad,
right? The guy
yes,
single-handedly destroyed PSG.
PSG is not a team at all. That team, man, that PSG, man.
But it's just funny they let go of Neymar and Messi as well. Ramos, like those big names.
They have to, man. They have to let them go. Man.
Well, it's all good.
They are chopping their money. They have to let them go. They said they don't want blink anymore.
Everybody future, yeah.
Who said?
They don't want the one. They say the PSG doesn't want blink anymore. That's why they let them go. Fia said, was Luis Enrique real? Okay, he said, was Luis Enrique the real coach for the MSN era, or was it Messi? Relax. Smash the like button, guys. Musiala is the hottest young player, yeah, and with Bellingham too. I agree.
Yeah,
Abdul owes installation on his body. Enrique. No be Oga Abdul say make Chelsea sign Enrique. Now he and me, they won't finish me.
I never spoke about Enrique, so.
What was the best game Tuesday or today? I think today for me.
It was Newcastle.
Was today. Today, man. I watch ball and I enjoy myself. I'm like, I'm enjoying myself today watching ball. A dismantled PSG. I was just chilling.
Because PSG was losing, you had fun.
Like, can't I enjoy? No Chelsea in the Champions League. Can I enjoy myself? Please, if I want to batter someone, let me batter somebody. American goal was very good. I like that goal.
Yeah, that he's really grown. I remember playing when he was
Mbappe and Haaland both out of form. I won't be surprised if Haaland dunk on us now on Sunday. He's out of form. I don't know what's going on with him.
Nah, he's still. Why they playing Etihad or they playing?
What's wrong with Haaland?
He has deep form. I don't know what's going on with him.
It's just the game, or like I won't say I won't say his form has dropped. It's just part of football. Like people expect him to be all the time. No,
exactly. No, of course,
he's coming back to like he didn't play on the last game. That's but that doesn't mean he happens. Score goal.
Blue Studio Mbappe slander tonight. Now, wow. Tayo, do you watch him? L'Equipe gave Mbappe 1/10. L'Equipe rated to Mbappe 1/10. They even pardon him. For me, it should have been -5. It was abysmal today, man.
It was that bad, eh?
It was bad. It was bad. Mbappe was bad. Blaise, he got to a stage where he was just walking. Mbappe was just walking. He could not. Blaise, Mbappe trademark is sprint. Mbappe could not sprint. His trademark that I know Mbappe for 1-2 sprint, game over. He's scoring you with that sprint. Mbappe could not do anything. He was just walking. Was walking. Last one was in Paraguay. What year was the Paraguay one? Are you talking about the World Cup? What year was the Paraguay?
Paraguay what? World Cup?
Was it World Cup? Which one are you talking about? I think
I think the last country to be part of the host nation.
Host nation, okay, yeah, Paraguay. Yeah. What year was that?
2031, I think. The next two World Cups. That's what I was trying to remember. The one Morocco, Spain, Portugal, Argentina are all hosting. I think Paraguay is the last team.
Oh, Paraguay is the last one. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Okay. Paraguay. Okay. Thank you. Paraguay. Okay, I remember now. Because I was trying to find out who is the last team to be in the World Cup. Is Paraguay. Interesting. And also, the one have you guys heard about the new Chelsea Stadium? Have you got
Let us know.
What's the update on that?
We're gonna be using Earls Court in London, and they're gonna build it exactly like the SoFi Stadium in Philadelphia. It's gonna be close to 80.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a good thing for me. It's gonna be built from the scratch, and I like that. I think we're still gonna be playing in Stamford Bridge, but they'll build the stadium in a different place for me though. That because the SoFi Stadium it can contain 100. That's gonna be where they're gonna play the 2026 World Cup final. The SoFi Stadium in Philadelphia. It's gonna be where they're gonna play the World Cup final. So it's gonna be built there.
Hold on, so we don't even know where the stadium is gonna be in London.
No, it's gonna be in Earls Court. That's what they're thinking about doing it.
But is it gonna be in London?
It's gonna be in London. Yes, it'll be in London.
Okay, I don't know the geography in the UK well. So
Abdul, on mute on Michael, but Abdul said Earls Court is not far from Stamford Bridge, so they were gonna use Earls Court because the people in Stamford Bridge doesn't want to release their land, so they're probably thinking about using Earls Court. So they've hired one of the architecture. So the architecture it was the one that worked on the SoFi Stadium in Philadelphia. So they are thinking about building it the same way the SoFi Stadium is being built in Philadelphia. They want to build the same way in Escort for the new Stamford for the new stadium in Chelsea. So that's the latest. Yep, that's the latest. That's the latest of the year. The SoFi Stadium is gonna be where they're gonna play the World Cup in 2026 World Cup. So this is 70,000, but it can be more than that. This is a stadium here. It can be more than that. It's 70,000 seater, but it can be more than that. They play the LA Rams and the Los Angeles Lakers place also. They play the American football there. This stadium here, it can contain close to 100, depending on how you want to extend it. This one here, this is the stadium. This is the SoFi Stadium here. So it can contain up to close to 100, but they are looking into making it work. Ogakao at the fair round up.
I'm doing my practice, so I just got for practice.
Football happened today. Dismantle.
I heard stories about it.
You didn't watch it?
I'm working now.
Mr. Cow, I watched football and enjoy myself today. Newcastle wicked, man. Newcastle wicked.
It's a tough ground to go to.
I hate that stadium. I don't like that stadium at all. I do not like that stadium.
Tough place to go to.
The only two teams that I've won in that stadium is Man City and Liverpool. That's the only two teams. The rest of us, we go chop them. We do not have that mentality to go down and win matches there. St. James Park with the atmosphere. Hey, you go swallow also. That stadium is no. It's not even 1-0, it's 4-1.
PSG are not good. I thought I had hope in them, but
Mr. Carl, PSG are
No,
trash. PSG are trash.
no,
Mbappe, trash. Dembele, trash. Kolomuani, nowhere to be found. Gonzalo Ramos, off. Ugarte, nowhere to be found. Marquinhos, lost.
Go easy.
Skriniar, lost. Hakimi, that is very good. That Chef Hakimi was lost. He was arguing with the referee, get a yellow card. Was lost. Man.
Go easy.
That stadium. Chai. No. But I'm happy for Newcastle though. They, 20 years. The last time they ever played the Champions League. 20 years.
It was always going to be hard for these guys, I guess. I mean, I was surprised myself. I didn't know we were 4-1.
It was 4-1.
Maybe to be a draw or PSG would win.
It was 4-1 though. Because nobody believed Newcastle could win. Everybody was like PSG because I think I even picked PSG in my line. I have to go and check my prediction. I think I chose PSG. Because I didn't even know it was the same James. I was like, PSG will win because they have much power. More. PSG shut my mouth.
Abdullah,
Yep.
you say Haaland is shit now, eh?
No, I said
you say he's
he's
shit.
not been
Okay.
scoring goals recently. I didn't say shit. He's not been scoring goals recently, but it can happen.
It's been terrible recently now. No, there's no question. He has to play better. He has to be better. And we know what we can do. He just needs to be better.
That's it.
Period. He needs to be better. Thank God Alvarez is stepping up and Doku's stepping up.
I like that guy.
Blue Eyes.
Yes.
So
if Abdullah making answer exam.
The amount of
I won't lie, it's been terrible. I won't lie.
The amount of and it's been terrible. I won't coach Subacoach. It's been horrible. He needs to improve. We know what he can do. He just needs to improve. But that's facts. But I want to talk about this Grealish Doku thing because my fan base, some of my fan base have abused me about this thing. And I kept saying that I don't want a guy to get the ball and recycle the ball as a winger. That's not your job. That's not your job. You're supposed to be a winger. You are supposed to penetrate that box, give us an assist, give us a goal, be dynamic, take your fullback one-on-one on, not get the ball. And we all know you're going to check back into your right foot. Even the commentator said it, not just this game, but every single game. Says that guy, I'm sorry, he just isn't good enough. It's just nothing.
Who are you talking about? Jack Grealish?
Yeah.
What you are suffering for, we suffer for it 2 years under Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. Thank God they've gone.
It's just not. It's not for me. It's just not for me. And I know I'm going to get a lot of abuse from this, but I'll stick to it. I just don't like the way.
How do you buy a player for 100 million and what they can offer?
Not even 100 million. It's not even the price. It's what he does with the ball. I know you can keep control and you slow the game down, but that's not in our game.
I like Jeremy Doku.
If you're in the final third, you gotta penetrate the box. You gotta be dynamic. You gotta take a fullback on. You gotta, got Doku in here now. Carry for the second goal now.
Yeah, I like Doku a lot. Doku is very direct.
He takes three defenders on. He sucks one other guy in, which creates space for Alvarez. Gives the ball to Alvarez. Alvarez scores that wonder goal because Doku takes his fullback on.
Yeah, Doku is direct. Grealish is always looking for free kick.
Haaland gets the ball, lays it off to Alvarez. Alvarez makes a De Bruyne pass to Doku. Doku's one-on-one with the keeper, scores a goal. Scores a goal. Why isn't Jack doing that?
Jack Grealish is Jack Grealish is an ambassador for Fulham, but
this is what I always call a spade a spade. This is what I talk about all the time. I'm like, guys, I know he's an English boy. He drinks a lot. He represents you because he drinks and he's one of the local kind of behavior kind of boys. But at the end of the day, his job is to get goals or assists and be dynamic in the final third. The whole Guardiola system is like, I will get you to the final third, but what you do in the final third is up to you. You're the one who finishes. You're the one who's creative. The guy doesn't do. Guy has had 0 goals and 0 assists so far this season.
Wonderful.
With more appearances than Jeremy Doku, who's had 2 goals and 2 assists in less games. Kilanso.
But how are you feeling for Sunday? Because we're gonna do a preview on Friday.
Oh, I'm good for Sunday. I don't have a problem with Sunday.
Man City Arsenal.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Good game.
We're gonna do a preview on Friday.
Who's playing?
Man City Arsenal on Sunday.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
We'll do a preview, don't worry. And another big match on Sunday too. Liverpool versus Brighton.
Carl, no talk that, you have to do humble against us.
No, humble for what? But on what evidence? Give me
Where is the game being played? Is that Etihad or
Emirates.
On what evidence?
Because I think Man City do have a good record at the Etihad, at the Emirates, so I get the confidence.
That's what I'm saying. On what evidence?
As long as Arteta plays that midfield that everybody hates, Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, and Odegragra.
You can see he's trying so hard to feed Kai Havertz in the
He
team.
did it in the Champions League. It didn't work. You know that.
That's what I'm saying. Against City,
I don't understand the buy. I don't understand the buy.
Against City, it will work.
So my argument comes back, Lois, to on what evidence should I be concerned?
Because right now you guys have lost 2 on the bounce. 1, 2.
So?
No, not so. It's concerning.
Concerning.
I know the reason why. Hold on, Abdullah, hold on. The reason why it's not concerning to you is that if you look at trends.
But Blue Eyes, Arsenal gets lost to Lens on the full squad.
But if they're going with the trend as well, they have a good record at Emirates, so that gives them confidence.
No. If you go by trends, right? City does this. They lose this time of the season, and then come January they ramp up. If you look at the demand curve, I bet you that's what it looks like.
Yeah, but Blue Eyes, the problem is
we're not surprised with what's happening now.
Yeah.
That's why I said to Carl the last time I spoke to him, I said, Carl, there's some teams you don't want to play now. You want to play them in January. I said it to you, Carl.
I think they'll be that. I think they'll be that. But we'll get that.
No, they can't. No, Arsenal is going to beat them at least by 2 goals.
If you're talking about right playing Liverpool now, it's okay, fine. I can do that. Not Arsenal, please.
Arsenal.
Is Rodri going to be back as well? Rodri.
We don't need to play have Rodri.
It doesn't need to.
Okay, give me your midfield, Carl, against Arsenal.
My midfield? Yeah. Bernardo Silva is there?
No, give me your 3. Give me your 3.
I'm going to call Kovacic.
Midfield.
Foden, Bernardo, Nunez.
Who?
And Stones.
Who?
Foden, Bernardo Silva, John Stones, Darwin, what's his name?
Matthias Nunes.
Yeah.
You're not going to play Kovacic?
No.
Kova, what? Kova, what? Black meets on Mike.
Yeah. And then I have a front 3-4 of Julian Alvarez, Erling Haaland, Jeremy Doku. There. So the combination rotation between those 4.
I bet you Jeremy Doku came in and saved your day, Carl.
I always told you Jeremy Doku was a baller. I don't know what
play. Blue Eyes can play.
I've told you before about this.
That guy can play, man. I like him. He's very direct.
Big Jeremy came in was the end of the Grealish stance. I told them before they were fighting me and arguing with me.
That's why Papa. That's why I like Papa. Papa is a sharp guy. As soon as Doku signed that contract, Papa said, "Nah, let me go to Stamford." Kopama said, "I'm out, boys. See you later." I bet you.
But that signing was to replace Mahrez, regardless of
who. Doku.
Doku guy, he was replacing Mahrez.
Yeah, so I mean, imagine Kopama in that chain of command.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
We'll talk about it over the weekend.
Jeremy Doku
on Friday.
I think Jeremy Doku was.
Thank you so much for Kopama. We really appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Oh, you're welcome. You can have him now. No problem.
We really appreciate you.
Mr. Cow, please.
We're happy to sell him to you.
Mr. Cow, please.
Mr. Cow,
wait. Mr.
We really appreciate you, Cow.
I think I've heard Cow question Chelsea going for Palmer before.
Mr. Cow.
Of course he did. Why do you think I'm thanking him?
Yeah, he did question the signing.
I want to challenge
the reason why I'm saying you're welcome is because he's not just good enough for us, he's good enough for you. It is what it is. We get our money. You take a player that doesn't take it for us.
So you rather have a Grealish ahead of the Palmer for you?
I don't want Grealish. You can take Jack Grealish if you want to.
I don't want Grealish. Stay where you are. I beg.
They don't play the same position.
Mr. Cow, me and you will have to talk because you've said us. You've said to Tokumbo that does not work anymore. We don't like that.
If that was Raheem Sterling on goal, that Jeremy Doku, he missed that goal.
Yes, I agree.
You know that, right?
I agree. I know. I don't need to argue that.
the moment Doku is running on goal against that guy, I'm like, it's a goal.
Mr. Carr, I can't believe, honestly, how Sterling made it, honestly, as a
Mr. Khan,
professional
I am very
footballer.
so.
Honestly,
Mr.
it
Khan,
really amuses me.
how did the Pep coach Sterling to be a
No, no, I
footballer?
don't. I
How?
don't know how. I don't know because he didn't even
How?
really play well at Man City. He was just tapping in goals,
Haters will
tapping, tapping.
always hate. Haters will
It has
always
to always
hate.
hit
Honestly,
sometimes.
No, you guys are a bit are being unfair on Raheem Sterling.
Why
Have you
would
guys
you?
he's
forgot?
not good. It's
Hold
not
on, hold on, hold
unfair.
on,
He's
He's
hold
not
not.
on.
good
He's
Yeah,
enough
not.
I
He's
now.
not
don't
good.
hear now. I don't hear. I don't hear. You guys forgot what he did at Liverpool when they almost won the league that season,
What did he do?
and
What
then
did he do that Sean Wright Phillips didn't do at Chelsea?
Sean Wright Phillips, Raheem
Yes.
Sterling
What?
at Liverpool.
Yes.
Are you joking?
Yes. What did he do
Are you
that
joking?
Kalu did not do at Chelsea? What did he do at Liverpool?
Anyway, let me finish.
Lucas
So
Moura did not do at
so,
Tottenham.
but the thing is, at City,
Mm.
at the early stages of Pep's life at City, for like 3 seasons, Sterling was the mainstay. He was
Yeah,
what
I
Saka
do
is
agree to
to
that.
Arsenal.
I do.
What
Yes,
Saka
I do
is to
agree.
Arsenal now, that was Sterling for like
Yeah.
three, for the
Sterling was
first three
one of the
seasons.
top players. Yeah,
He
true.
was starting every game, every game. He was the
He was
only
scoring
one.
man of the match goals for them as well. I do recall.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He was still
it was very
scoring his
instrumental,
stats,
very
but he was
vital.
still delivering.
Yeah,
Okay. And I think that's what Pep does sometimes with players. When he breaks in players or he works on the
the
players,
guy got
he
burned
tries to
out. Like, come
he
on,
tries to take them to the maximum in like
burned
three,
out the
four
players.
years. And after then he decides what to do with them. Maybe likely to sell them or do something
It's
with
just
them
about
or
refreshing his core. That's just natural anyway.
exactly.
Yeah,
But you would see he will work on the player for like 3 seasons consistently.
it
That
was
guy
good
will be
for Man City.
starting
Whatever you want, whatever anyone
every
wants to say, it
minute.
was good.
It's only in his last 2 seasons that he was maybe like an average squad player. But you couldn't say that about him
I would say his last
before.
season, not even last two, to be honest. His last season there was where it was average coming from the
So
bench.
I don't know. But I really appreciate Raheem Sterling. But then the ones that I'm still pinching myself, and I hope long may it continue, is I'm still wondering like what was Pep thinking when he sold us Cole Palmer,
Abdul, it's very
and
simple. Abdul,
and
it's very simple. He just wasn't good enough for the team.
it's easy to say. Of course, you're a
It's,
treble
it's
winner.
the truth. I mean,
You're a
Guardiola.
treble winner. It's going to
Abdul,
be easy for you
Abdul,
to say
let
that.
I
me,
wouldn't say
let,
it wasn't
Abdul,
good
hold on,
enough for
hold
the
on. Let me,
team.
let me,
And at the
let
time,
me
it
ask
How
you
was
a
can you
question.
it was
say it's
really
not
good.
good enough for
Let
the
me ask you a
team?
question, Abdul.
Let
Abdul,
let him
No,
let him
let
explain.
me ask
Let
you
him
a
explain
question.
why.
Last
Let him
question.
explain why.
Right? We know he's the best manager right now, probably in the world. We know they're smart. They will not sell a player for a rival if they believe that he was good enough to play for them day in, day out. They won't. Not a question of, they're not stupid.
no. I'm
My
not
point
even
is that,
blaming Pep.
my point is
Carl,
that,
Carl, I'm not. No, no, Carl. I'm not blaming Pep.
let me finish,
I'm
Abdul.
saying Pep. I'm not saying.
Abdul, my point is
I'm
that,
not.
right? He's good enough
Okay.
to start for you right now because,
Mm,
frankly, all these the players you have, I don't know where he got them from. He's good enough. Now, for our
no.
first
That's
11,
being.
when everybody's fit on our first 11, where does he play? Who? Does he play for De Bruyne
See,
or
so
Bernardo?
so this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I'm not judging Pep.
And he's just 20 as
Okay.
well. Like, it's
I'm
not
not.
like I say with some
I'm.
experienced players.
I'm. I'm not judging Pep. I am just pinching myself. I'm in awe that a player with this high level of high quality,
And
high
potential as
IQ,
well.
Keep stepping on the
high
gas. So
IQ.
Abdul, keep stepping on the gas. Don't stop.
Again, it goes
Keep
back
go.
to
Abdul, don't stop now.
Abdul,
Oh,
So,
I hear
I
you,
see
Abdul,
my problem
Abdul,
with
I
this
hear
people.
you, and I'm
oh
happy
no,
for you, Abdul, I have no problem,
Oh,
right? But let me put some context. I'm happy for you. But
oh, see
the
this
fact
one.
of the
Abdul
matter
can't
is,
even
again,
debate.
go back
You can't
again.
debate. You go
Abdul,
to talk something where you know fit
Abdul,
debate.
Abdul, he was
Carl, I
not.
beg, carry go.
No, Abdul, he was not good enough for the first 11 of my club. Ergo, he was sold to you, and he's good enough for you.
I
That's good.
I I understand, but I
Would I
am not
want him
even
to?
talking about.
Would I want to stay
No,
on the
no, no.
bench?
No. I'm not talking about um his contribution. I'm just saying in terms of talent level,
He's good
okay,
now.
that he will be allowed to leave.
Yes, he'll leave.
But,
He's not good enough.
but no. See, it's not a matter of maybe he's good enough or he's not good enough. Okay. Currently, he might not be a starter. Even at Chelsea, when everybody's back, I don't really think he'll be like a starter. But then he's only 20,
But after
and
the
that's
point,
not his
there
fault.
are 20-year-olds right now in the squad that they believe have higher potential than Cole Palmer. Oscar Bob, for example, has a higher
Yeah, I think
potential.
Jeremy Doku is 21 as well, or
Right?
something.
Has a higher potential than Cole Palmer. Should they keep Cole Palmer on the bench because they feel no, the others who are there who are as good or even better than he? It's not a big issue. If the boy wants to play, let
Abdul,
him
we
go and
send
play.
you Abdul.
Well, I
Abdul, we
think
send
time
you
will
message.
tell. It's fine. You guys,
Abdul, we
it's
send
probably
you
Chelsea's
message.
getting your loss. It's
Ginger.
fine.
Hey,
Time is going to
Let,
tell.
let-
That's
let- let
all
me
I'm
give an
saying.
example. Let me give an example, right? Abdul, right?
Right?
Let me give an example, right? Julian Alvarez. He starts for you 100%. Clear. Number 9, striker. Let's be clear. Guy comes off the bench today. If Cole Palmer is in my squad, where does
sorry,
Cole
hold
Palmer
on.
even
Who is
rank?
Julian Alvarez? He starts for us at Chelsea?
100%.
No, come on,
As
respect
as
yourself.
as number 9, I don't think
Ah,
so.
respect
I don't
Oh
yourself.
think
yes,
so.
he's going to
Guy,
start for Chelsea. Absolutely. That's
No,
No,
not.
not
Julian
as
number
no,
Alvarez.
no,
nine.
not
Yes, he's
not
going
Yes.
to
in
Come
start.
that,
on,
not in
stop,
number
man.
9.
Stop,
Being
man.
number
Come
No,
on.
nine,
no,
being
no,
on the wing is going to
no,
Nah,
start.
man. Nah,
no,
nah,
no, no. Come on,
wow.
guys.
Nah, nah,
Come on,
wow.
Let's
guys. Not
go.
in
Like,
number.
come on.
Not
Abdullahi,
It's
not a
quality. It's quality. Let's be real, please.
Abdullahi,
no,
He
no,
will
not as
start.
a
you're telling
number
me Julian
9.
Alvarez
Not
does
as a
not
number
start.
9.
That's not
Julian
even
Alvarez does
debatable.
not
Like, come on.
start.
Not
The
as
first
a
place.
number nine,
No,
Alvarez
you.
is
not as a number 9.
Why are
he
we
start,
sounding
he start,
like
he
they have a
start, he start.
proven number 9? That's
Okay,
even the
all
place
right.
he's going to play
I
easily.
rest my case.
He will
He
start.
So
Let's be
Abdullah,
there. He
Abdullah,
will
you are
start.
saying
Uh-huh.
you are saying you are saying this Alvarez kid will bench Jackson when
Of
Jackson
course,
is
he will put him on the
available.
bench.
Eh?
Come on,
Jackson cannot
come
even
on, go and
listen.
sit
Why
down.
not?
What are you talking about?
Go and
He's
sit
a
down.
better player than Jackson.
He
That's a
is a
fact.
better, of course, he is.
He's
So
not.
you
He's more
think
Abdul,
you
quality
think
than
Abdul,
Jackson. That's fact.
you think playing last 20 minutes of a game and running
That's not
around
true.
and
It's
being
not
What are
about
you
20
flashy
talking
minutes.
about?
is
No,
what
it's
makes
not
you
quality.
a starter.
What are you
Which
talking about?
quality?
Jackson is
No,
Which
not
quality?
proven yet. So why are we
Wait, wait,
sounding
wait,
like
wait, wait.
Jackson is
Come
proven?
on, man.
Abdul,
no.
you're telling me,
You need
Abdul,
to,
you're
I need
telling
to
me,
watch
hold
ball.
on, Abdullah,
Like, he's
that
going to
you,
start. Let's
if
get
you have a
something straight.
choice,
He
you
will
have the
start.
choice of Julian Alvarez over Nicholas Jackson. You're taking Nicholas Jackson.
I will take Alvarez any day, any
Mhm.
All
time.
day
Any
long.
Jackson.
Then
Yeah,
you're,
yeah.
All day
I'll take
long.
Jackson.
you're insane.
I'll take
On what
Jackson.
basis
You
will you
want to
take
succeed.
Jackson?
That's
I would love to
insanity.
know.
Oh,
That's
okay.
insanity.
On what basis will I take Jackson?
Yes, I would love
Jackson
to
gives
know.
you. Let me tell you now. Let me tell you.
I'm listening.
Jackson, God, Jackson does everything you want from a center forward.
Oh my
Okay,
God. This guy.
and he's number one. Number one. Oh, no, 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 no,
No,
no.
he doesn't do
They all,
everything. He's not clinical. He doesn't have
let
the
me
quality.
finish. Let me finish now.
Yeah, finish.
He gives you everything you want from a center forward, apart from the goals. Currently,
Which
I say,
So what
apart
is his
from the
job as a
goals.
striker? I
Correct.
would love to know.
But he's only played 7 games now. How many goals do you want him to score?
Hey, Abdul, do you know that right now, right, Alvarez plays two roles.
On
He
the wing
plays
and
as, he
yeah.
plays as the De Bruyne replacement, and he
I'm
also
not looking
plays.
for a De
Hold
Bruyne
on, hold on,
replacement.
hold
I'm
on, hold
looking
on.
for a
Let me finish.
striker.
And he also plays as a striker.
As
You
a
know that, right?
striker.
You are joining something else to win the argument now.
I'm
That's too
telling
You
you
are
old.
what he
saying,
does.
oh, he's
When
multifunctional.
Abdul,
We're talking about pure striker.
Hold on, Argentina won the World Cup. Who was the number 9 striker?
I
Argentina.
am Julian Alvarez.
Thank you.
No, was it Julian Alvarez starting all the
Yes, it
games?
was Julian
The guy
Alvarez.
Yeah, he started.
he came from the bench to bench
Yo,
Martinez.
yo, 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 hold on.
He
I
came
need
from
to
the
say
bench to
something.
bench
Exactly. Lautaro Martinez was
Guys,
starting for them.
only start one man. One man.
Let
He
me
only
say
start the first
something.
match.
Let me say something,
Oh
guys.
no, Bryce, wait,
Really,
wait. No, Bryce, wait.
go
After
ahead, my brother.
Martinez had a terrible game against Saudi Arabia,
He took him off.
Alvarez came in and he benched him and was playing number
He
9.
benched him
And he
completely.
scored
Okay.
4 goals in the World Cup.
Let me tell you something about Alvarez. Alvarez is not a target man. He's a striker.
Oh my Lord.
He's a striker, but he's not a target man.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to
So
be a target man to play well as a striker. Let's be real.
very
I
good
cannot.
comment.
Aguero was not a
I
target man
know,
as well, but he was doing
Bryce, I
good.
know you know football. You're telling me
Let me
today.
tell
I'm
you,
sorry, but why are we
no,
having this
no, but you
conversation
guys,
all day long?
hold
Alvarez
on,
versus
now,
Jackson.
you guys don't want to listen to why I said that.
You take Nicholas Jackson
Hold on,
over Julian
no,
Alvarez.
Carl, hold on, no, everybody knows where, Carl, hold on, everybody knows where I stand with Nicolas Jackson. You don't want to stand me with Nicolas Jackson, but for Alvarez, he's not a target man, but he's a striker.
You know
You know
what?
what that means?
You
Carl,
know what?
hold on, Carl, hold on. You know what that
It's
means?
okay, Blue Eyes. I'll keep him.
Hold
Don't
on,
worry. We
no.
won't send
There's
to
nothing. I'm not going to say something crazy. I just want to say one last thing. The reason why Alvarez plays for City is that the closest thing you will play in a 9 when you don't have an actual 9 in your entire team is Alvarez. True or false?
False.
Oh, come on. Come on, Cal.
It's false
Cal,
now.
Cal, talk to me now.
You
Who
know
is
the
the
funny
closest? Who
Blue
is the
Eyes.
closest?
But
Hold on,
Blue
hold on,
Eyes, Blue Eyes.
hold
Let
on,
me
hold
ask
on.
you,
Let me ask that
let
question
me ask you
again.
a
Let me,
question, Blue Eyes.
Cal.
I'm
One
surprised
last.
you're having this comparison.
Hold on,
I'm
hold
serious.
on, hold on,
baffled.
hold on. Who is the closest profile in your entire squad to a 9 right now?
Blue Eyes. Let me give you some
Answer
context.
my question now.
No,
Who's
let
your
me,
closest
I'm answering
profile
a
to a
question.
9?
I'm answering a question for you. I've been watching Alvarez before he joined City. I watched him at River Plate. Abdullah,
Does
you were
that
there.
say? Are you telling me Alvarez?
Wait.
Yeah,
I watched Alvarez. I watched him at River Plate.
Who
Alvarez
is the
is
closest number
hold
9
on.
profile in your
So let me
squad
answer
right
your
now?
question, right? We have 2 number 9s in our squad. 2 number 9s. One is Erling Haaland, the other is Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez was supposed to come on for Haaland when Haaland is tired or is injured or is not getting game time. What has now happened is that Guardiola has turned Alvarez into this player who can also play as a number 10 behind Erling Haaland and play that De Bruyne role. Ergo, he's getting goals and assists. That's what's happening. And River Plate, this same Julian Alvarez was playing the number 9 and the number 10. That's why they picked him up. In fact, we actually got Julian Alvarez as a number 9 before we got Erling Haaland. Before.
But sorry guys.
I think
Like
I think the
I
reason
don't get
Exactly.
this
behind
argument. Is it
Cal,
based on
Exactly. Cal,
quality or what?
Cal,
exactly. You
Like
got Julian Alvarez before Erling Haaland. Thank you very much. You're paying attention,
I
Cal.
think I think I think
You.
Julian Alvarez. The reason why Pep got him was he's the closest thing to Gabriel Jesus out there. I think he wanted the striker, just
boy, he's better
that
than
you
Gabriel
know that.
Jesus either.
Oh, he's
Yes.
better.
Look, I'm not saying
Yes,
he's not better
he's
than
better.
Gabriel Jesus.
So why
What
be
I'm
having
saying
the
is, he's
argument of him and Jackson?
wait
I don't get the
now,
Jackson argument.
He's not okay.
You
So
will
wait
actually,
come
you're
to
not
Chelsea
saying
now.
and
he's
you will
not
start.
better.
That is
Oh
fine.
God, I'm not saying he's not better than
Good,
anybody. What I'm
good,
saying
good.
is the profile, is the profile of players. Pep
So,
wanted a
so Kyle was
natural.
talking about
He
coming to
wanted
start in
Haaland.
Chelsea. He's not talking about coming. He's not talking about the profile. Yeah,
I'm
Oh,
if he
saying
comes
that
to
there
I
is
Chelsea, he's
don't
going
even.
to
I
start
don't
with
even try.
discussion.
See, I'm not.
feedback,
I'm not trying to answer Carl. I'm just
what
trying
I'm
to
saying
make
right
my
now,
own point
feedback,
and
the argument is right
It's a
now.
simple
and drink
question.
If
my
Chelsea
yogurt.
Football Club could get Julian Alvarez, you're saying you won't have him.
Absolutely, we'll take him
The,
all day
the thing
long.
is, the thing
On
is,
your
if
own.
you
No,
got
no, no.
Julian Alvarez,
You're on
if
your
you
own.
got Julian,
Why do we
wait,
need Julian Alvarez? Why, King Black?
wait now. If we got Julian Alvarez alone, if Pep got Julian Alvarez alone, how would you? Do you think he would be cooking like this?
Are you
He would
listening to
not
me?
be
It's not
doing what.
about Pep. He
It's a
took it
different.
at the
It's a
World Cup as
different. I'm
well. I
sorry.
don't get you guys. You
I'm
sound like
sorry.
he
It's a
cooked
different
in Man
level of.
City.
It's a
He cooked for
different
his country
level
as
of.
well.
I'm not going to argue this.
He cooked for his
It's a.
country. He
It's
proved at the World
This is
Cup.
a,
What
this
more do
is
you
a
want him to do?
bro,
this is a
Like, come
crazy
on,
Bro,
debate.
why
guys.
I
do
just
we
don't
need?
understand
No,
this
no.
debate.
Listen.
I can't
Hold on.
understand
I
this
want to
debate.
say something really quick here. Listen.
I can't understand this debate.
Lua
I
will not
mean,
even allow someone to make one, two
one of the reasons
sentences.
Okay,
why
then
one
my
of the reasons
brother
why
King
Cole
just
Black,
Palmer
sorry
excuse.
about
Sorry,
that.
my
Sorry.
bad, my
one of the
bad,
reasons
my
why
bad,
Cole
my bad.
Palmer was sold was because 2 reasons. Number one, you have Jeremy Doku, who is clear. Number 2, you have Julian Alvarez. How does it start? How does he get
Sellers
you?
No,
remorse.
but no,
Sellers
no, no, no.
remorse.
Oh, Carl,
Sellers
but
remorse.
who did
Sellers
they buy
remorse.
first? I'm sorry.
Sellersremorse.com.
I thought you guys sold Palmer.
www.sellersremorse.com.
Blue eyes, please. 2 seconds. I thought you guys sold. You sold Palmer before you bought Doku now.
We sold Palmer because Palmer could not
Sellers
get
remorse.
game time. He couldn't.
No, you sold Palmer because he would not extend his he would not
No.
sign an
Thank
extension of his
you.
That's
contract.
not true.
Abdul, you dey
We
watch ball.
sold
Abdul, you
Palmer.
dey
No,
follow ball. Abdul, you dey follow
No,
ball.
but that's what Pep
That's
said
not
now.
true.
What
That's
are you
no,
saying
that's not
again?
what Pep said in a press conference. He's not going to go out on loan. It's
Exactly.
either he stays or he gets sold.
No, he
Period.
said it's either he stays or no.
It's
He
either he
stays
signs his
or
contract or he
No,
leaves.
that's not what,
exactly
no,
or
that's
he
not
leaves. Yeah.
no. I was in the press conference. I was there in Athens. Okay, it's either he gets sold, right, or he stays. One of the two. Now, if he
Okay.
stays, if he
That
Because
stays,
means if
he
he
wouldn't
stays,
sign
that means he has
because
to.
because
That means he signs
because
a
he
contract if he
if he
stays.
exactly
It's
because
the
he
same
wouldn't
thing when
sign an
it's the same
extension.
thing.
right, if he stays, he was not guaranteed to play in the first team. Ergo, he was sold.
Come on, Carl. Now, who will Pep
No
guarantee?
one is.
You
No
think
one
Pep?
is
You think
guaranteed
Pep will
that Pep.
guarantee anybody?
You're talking
You
about a
think Pep will
Pep will
player.
not
guarantee
guarantee
anybody?
You're
anybody.
talking about a player.
Come on.
I was on my club for the past 3 years. I know this guy. He doesn't start for us. He cannot
How long
start.
has Foden been at? How long has Foden been at City and he barely start? He barely has started for like 5 seasons. This is his fifth
But
No,
see,
season at City.
exactly.
for like the
Fifth
first three
season.
He
seasons,
proved my point
for like the first
exactly.
three seasons, Foden wasn't
King Black,
starting
you proved my
regularly.
point exactly, right?
But
If Foden cannot get game time, then who the hell is Palmer to even try? He's not good enough.
that means maybe
No,
Foden is
no,
just a loser, and this boy doesn't want to just be a side chick. He wants to, yeah, maybe because maybe
Unfortunate.
he
Oh,
believes in
So,
himself
so,
that
so you're,
much.
you're, you're telling me, right,
Or
King
maybe
Black,
Foden is just a loser.
King Black,
He
you're
just
telling me
rather
right now.
be
he's
one of
ready to deal with the
You're,
program.
he just be one of the
you're,
boys,
so you
the
are
ones that is
saying,
carrying
King
handbag.
Black, you are saying that Cole Palmer should start ahead of Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Doku, Alvarez for City.
I'm not saying he's even good enough to be at Man City.
Then
What
let
see,
I'm
him start.
saying is
Exactly.
what I'm saying is you did not get rid of him because he was not good enough. I will not believe that. He
Google
believes in
Salah's
himself way
report.
more than the
Google
boys
Salah's
that wants to
report.
be
Google that.
that wants to just play
Let
10
me,
minutes
King Black, let me tell you what
and
will happen. King Black, let
throughout
me
the
tell you what will
season.
happen. Let me tell you what happened, King Black.
Because
In 6 months' time,
Pep will not start him
King
in a
Black,
Premier League
in
game
six
or
months' time,
on the
King
right
Black,
wing.
King Black,
In an
King Black,
important game
in
against
6 months'
Arsenal,
time, in 6 months' time,
if he doesn't have that
here's
potential,
what will
let's be
happen to
honest.
you, King Black. Right? In 6 months' time, we're going to be here, and the conversation will be about how wasteful and inefficient this kid is in front of goal. I
No, I
guarantee
know
you.
I know it's
Mark,
already. I
Mark,
can.
Mark
Oh
this
No,
in.
my
no,
God, Cal, man, Cal.
Mr.
Oh,
Carr,
Cal. Are
Blue
we
Mr.
Eyes,
going
Carr,
through
we
the
had
same?
this
Are we going through
conversation.
this again?
We
Mr.
had this
Carr,
Is it
hold
the
on,
conversation.
same thing we went
hold
through
on,
with
Blue Eyes,
Sterling?
We
hold
had
on,
the same
Blue Eyes,
conversation
My
about
brother,
Raheem
I beg,
Sterling,
go, go,
right?
go, go.
And here we are today.
see,
We
bro,
had this same
bro.
conversation about
Look,
Raheem
see, I
Sterling.
know, I have see by barely seeing him, I know he's not ready. He's not the finished product at all right now. But bro, his raw potentials, he, his raw potential right now is better than that. The first glimpses of Foden
That's
is
nonsense.
better than the glimpse.
That's
Yes, it is.
that's nonsense.
Yes, it's
I'm sorry.
better than the glimpses of Foden that we.
I'm sorry.
Way
One
I'm sorry.
thing
better.
that
I
Foden,
think it's
Well,
even
one, one,
I'm
disrespectful
sorry.
I don't
to
know
So
about
Blue Eyes,
that.
in
compare
your
it
in
to.
your brain,
one.
in your brain, you really think if a player is good enough, better than Foden, Pep
I'm
Guardiola.
not saying it's better than Foden. You're not listening to my point,
What are we
Ogaka.
saying? What are we saying?
I'm saying what he has shown in a very few minutes at Man City
King Black.
was better than what Foden showed in his
King Black.
first few
No,
minutes.
that's not
Congratulations to
true.
you,
Foden showed quality as well.
King Black.
What
Congratulations
quality
to
did he
you,
show?
Like,
King
come
Black.
on,
He
King
has
Black, come
close
on.
control. He was
No, no,
passing
no, no.
backwards.
King Black,
Who
come
What
scored
on.
the
did
goal?
he show?
Wait, King Black. Who
Bro, this
scored the
guy
goal?
showed he
Who
scored
scored?
winning goals
Who
in his
scored the
first.
goal
He
today?
started
Who
two Man
scored?
City
Who
games.
scored? King Black. Who scored the goal to the second goal today?
Foden has been here for has been at that
King
team. He
Black.
has matured into
King
that
Black.
team.
Who
Fifth
scored?
season.
Who scored
It
in a
doesn't matter. This is his
20
fifth season, Mr. Carl.
Who scored?
He's a mature. He's a
No, no.
big player in
Who
Man City
scored?
already.
In
Who
black,
scored?
don't say what you say.
Hold
Foden
on
na
now. Wait,
Foden
wait.
free Foden na
So
baller.
we can't.
I'm not saying for the. This is why it's why well. I argue with
I
Black.
like I
We
heard
don't.
this the glimpse
You
of
do you
your
not
It's
hear
not
me?
when Foden was young as well.
You are not
Foden was
listening
prime
to
man.
me.
the
I'm
glimpse of
telling
what
you,
you say.
not nobody is listening to me.
Wait, the
Nobody
glimpse
is
of
listening
what
to
you
me.
say.
You just listen to Foden and you listen to Palmer and you believe I'm comparing their
No,
abilities.
King. The glimpses of
I'm not comparing their
wait,
abilities. Foden is 25.
the glimpse of the glimpses of Palmer is not even better than Foden at all. Have you watched Foden play?
He was better than the glimpses of Foden. That's what I'm saying.
Stop. Free Foden. You never watched
Obviously,
Foden.
No,
it's
no,
clear,
no, no,
bro.
no, no. Abdullah.
The first two,
What King
the
Black is
first two
saying is
starts, he has
your
started two
first
games for Man
impression.
City. His first
He's
impression
saying
for Man City
the
is
first
better than
impression
Foden's first
when
impression at Man City.
when
That's what I'm saying.
when we when we
Abdullah,
started seeing Foden.
I'm not gonna
I
contribute to the
disagree with that.
conversation, bro,
You guys
because
doesn't watch
it doesn't
Foden.
make
You
any
guys go
sense.
and watch Foden play. No.
It doesn't make any sense at all. This is ludicrous. Like, I
No.
get it.
You
You
don't
got a
watch
player
when
from
you
our
watch
academy.
Foden play.
That's good.
I don't even rate the Copama. I don't. You see, there's barely a player I rate at Chelsea Football Club right now.
It
I'm
just
not
doesn't.
one of those who are going to be shouting because of one 19-year-old. I mean, I'm not. He looks like a baby. I don't like his looks. I don't like his look, and I don't like his feet too. He doesn't look strong enough. So, but I'm not going to dispute the fact that You know, it's the vision, the way he's
King Black,
controlling the
who do
ball at
you
his
like?
age,
I would love
it's
to know your
special.
like. Because you speak
Bro,
about United.
I'm very critical about footballers,
Ken
bro,
Black, Ken
because
Black likes
to whom
Kudus.
I have
Olua,
watched
he
a
likes
lot
he
of
likes Kudus. He
see,
likes Kudus.
I have watched a lot of good players play. For me to just just be rating
It's
anybody
not,
anyhow,
King Black is
be
not
putting
rating. He's
be
analyzing
put
now what you can see. What are you seeing? We're just asking you what you are seeing. We're not saying go and put your money and your mortgage on this
no,
guy
no,
and he's
no.
going to become this
When
guy.
someone is
We are
telling
saying what
telling
sorry.
I'm telling you
Black,
now. I'm telling
Black,
you what
can I just
I'm telling you what
Black? Can
I'm
I just
saying now, and it
No,
comes to whom
I'm
I
not saying rating.
and it comes
I'm
down
not
to
saying rating. I just say what
so
do you see?
Abdullah is telling me I did not watch something because I'm telling you the glimpses, just glimpse. So I'm not
No,
talking
no,
of
I believe you. I
footballing
believe you when you
ability
say that.
or his
I believe you when you say that.
or his
I'm,
potential
I,
is higher than no, nothing like that. I'm just saying that it's like going to watch five aside, and you're watching. You know, you can tell the
see,
difference between
see,
players you have never seen before, and you be like, okay,
see,
this
Abdullah,
thing
let
I've
me tell
seen
you.
about this boy, and this thing I've seen about
Abdullah,
this boy. Ah, this one is
Abdullah,
better
let me
than
tell
this
you.
for now.
Abdullah, let me tell you.
Injuries
Abdullah, let
could
me tell you.
happen.
Okay,
Anything could happen to these players.
Came Black 2 seconds. Abdullah, let me tell you. The first three, let me say I've watched Cole Palmer now for like 5 games, okay? And Phil Foden, I can take, the first 5 games I see,
You can tell
I
14
I
is
watched Phil
a
Foden.
I will
The
do
difference
whatever you
is,
want, sir. I will do whatever you want. You can see
Abdullah,
Palmer is playing with his head up. He's
oh,
playing.
King Black,
He's
allow us
playing
to
out
finish
of
now.
his skin. No, you didn't allow me to finish. You didn't allow me to finish. I was
I allowed you
making a
to
point.
finish now.
No, you didn't.
Oh, you want
Continue.
to talk for 20 minutes? Okay, go ahead, go
No,
ahead.
you're spoken for 3 hours now. Me, I just wanted to make a
Go
point,
ahead,
and you wouldn't let me.
go ahead,
No, no, no.
go ahead,
Continue. No, I'm not making
go
any
ahead.
point anymore.
And so you've got 3 hours to go
You
now. So
guys,
make up the 3 hours.
wait, another
I don't-
I missed my view. So guys, Mr. Cow, we'll need you on Friday for the
I'll be here. No
review.
problem. I'll be here.
Man City,
I'm looking forward to
Arsenal.
it. I'm looking forward
Thank
to
God
it.
we play on Saturday. So I can know who to banter on Sunday. I can know who to banter because
I'm ready.
and I can know who to banter. Arsenal fans, don't you dare send me a DM. We'll meet on Sunday. We'll meet on Sunday. Peace, guys. God bless. Stay safe.
Pick up.
All right, man.